and I walked out this morning. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
What did you What did you
I,
end up taking? What do you do?
I'm a
What do you?
Entry.
maintenance automation technician for like pharmaceuticals and supplements stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
I make all the packaging machines run.
Tell him your former job.
Oh yeah, I used to work for a legal weed company out in Illinois.
Oh yeah.
That's all we did. Yeah, that's all we did was make weed products, gummies, package weed all day long.
Oh wow.
Automated machines to package weed.
Nice.
I
I
hear
should have never
myself,
left that job, but the commute was killing me. So
Ryan, when you hear
but
yourself online, and I don't know if you ever do, like, I'll open up a screen to my
thank
channel and
you.
I'll hear myself talking. I like, damn, that guy's a rube. It's like, wow, man. This is
That you're rude.
uneducated rube.
Oh, rube.
A rube, yeah.
So many groups.
Yeah, a
Got it.
dunderhead, a know nothing, a stupido. It's amazing how you sound differently when you hear yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like, who's that guy? Do I really sound like that?
hmm So
Ah,
you think that you walked out of it? So you think like you're not getting? You think you're fired?
I mean, if they want to, they can fire me. I guess I don't know what the fuck they'd do without me, but if there
hmm
ain't nobody gonna take my job for what they want to pay, I had to fight them just to get a decent wage 2 months after I started, and then ever since then they just been treating me like shit afterwards. It's like we don't want to pay you what you're worth, so we'll just treat you like shit. Okay,
yeah, and
whatever.
they only gave you about half of what you asked for as far as a raise, right?
Yeah, it supposedly said in a couple months when we get all of our certifications and everything that I was doing for him at the time, you do everything you said you were going to do for us, and we'll give you what you asked for. I've never heard another word about it. That was back in uh July of last year. Yeah,
1870.
yeah, it was July of last year. We'll talk about it again in 2 months. Haven't heard a word.
Oh no, when they make promises like that, it's like
Oh yeah, I know.
that's why you should back the right horse. I mean, or you might get burned. I mean,
Yeah, well apparently I backed the wrong one this time, bro.
I know, and I see keep your options open to your other job. See, he was commuting about an hour. Was it in Chicago where your other job was, Shadowhawk?
It was in Joliet, which it's about an hour and a half on a good day one way. So every day I did about 3 hours of commute if traffic was good. When the
Whoa,
weather was
3
bad and
hours?
traffic,
I
oh
forgot that.
yeah,
Wow,
an hour and a half in the
three
morning,
hours.
hour and a half on the way home. If everything was good. If everything wasn't good, sometimes
Oh,
it would be
combined.
three
Yeah,
hours on
there
the
and
way
back.
home.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha. Yeah, an hour and
I
a half one
there's
way.
times when I left Joliet at 3:30. I didn't get back to where I'm at until 7:30 at night
Yeah.
because I was stuck on the
Wow.
highway. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
But stuck
So
on a highway because of construction or accidents or
accidents, just
traffic.
traffic, and Chicago traffic is always just horrible.
Yeah. And
hmm
like you said, there's only one way through there. You have to take that way. Everybody takes that way, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's actually one other route I could have took to work every day, but that would have been a minimum of like 2 hours on a good
Out of
day.
the way. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so there
Roundabout.
was there was an option if I wanted to spend more time in the car.
Yeah. He used to listen to my YouTube show on the commute back from
Like while you were
work.
driving.
Yeah,
Yeah,
while he
yeah.
was driving. And I would say, look at this rare, one of a kind object. You've never seen anything like it before. And he's like, damn it. I'm
Trying to get me
driving.
killed out here.
That's
It's
funny.
like, you have never seen, and I'm selling this tomorrow and you will never see it again. He's like, damn it.
I gotta pull over. Dang.
I got to pull over. Where do I pull over? Knocking cars off. Trying to.
It was funny, dude. Rex would be doing like little trivia things and stuff, like after he got into the show a little bit. So I would usually be just about getting home, like when he was about an hour into the show or whatever. So I'd start, hitting regular regular street traffic instead of the highway. So I'd be like, I'd hit a stop sign, text him real quick. I got these.
Mhm. Before Shadowhawk, did you always stream at 4 o'clock, Rex?
I started, 429 episodes ago. So, and I only missed 17 days last year out of the whole thing. But I had 2 uncles and an aunt die and a good friend, and my internet went down for 2 days, and that cost me 3 days right there.
She might be out already. Let me look. Sorry, I got the kids over here looking for my little one.
Speaking of internet going down, Rex, have you had any tornadoes close by?
Oh, about where I go to work at, there were 4 people killed.
Oh my gosh.
The city that I drive to, it's about a little over 8,000 people there.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like 11 killed in the state last time I heard. The rest of them were probably down around Little Rock, the middle of the state where the capital is.
Yeah.
All the money is up here in Northeast Arkansas, or in the northern part of the state. When you go down to the southern, the more, go south, it's a different topography too, as far as like when you go down to the bottom of the state, you see oil drilling, all kinds of stuff that you don't see up here,
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite a diverse state as far as topography is concerned. You got me curious now, Ryan. I did like show my collectibles, show my collection for about 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started the 4 o'clock shadow. I had an idea for the show, and I announced that day that I'd be on a regular time. And Shadowhawk and Lorenzo were my first 2 people on.
Mm-hmm.
I think we went back and looked at that episode, and
I think we did.
Shadowhawk had problems with his phone even back then. He kept kicking himself out a couple of times.
I used to kick myself 2-3 times a stream easy.
He's all bruised up. Shadow? He used to kick himself.
Yeah. You broadcast from your phone?
Yeah, that's all I got right now. Dude.
Yeah, from his phone. Yeah.
It's been working for a while, so until I can upgrade it, I guess it's good enough for now.
See, this is BS. It says, they just generalize this thing. It's like the 4 o'clock shadow announcement 1 year ago. Well, we've been doing it over a year.
Yeah, but they give you like anniversary things, like if you tweeted or put something on Indiegogo or Instagram or whatever, like a year ago, they'll pop it back up and go, "Oh, you have a memory" or some shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was just showing things in my collection. I was doing, and
hey, Tanya, good to see you.
I mean, I people, and I'm sure Shadowhawk was one of them, saw that announcement that I was going to go to a regular time.
Yep. It wasn't too.
The very first 4 o'clock shadow, I had 14 views on. I showed some rare. I really pulled out. So, if you want to see some rare items, one of a kind items, and this is when I was doing thumbnails. I guess I could bring this up just to give you an idea. I don't know. It's awful small. That's what she said. But anyway,
do you record these as well, or you just stream it?
Oh my god, that's awesome! I'm so glad Santa's packaged your eye. That's great. Thank you.
Oh wow, that was quick. Hey Tanya.
Is it Tanya or Tanya? I always say it wrong. Dang it.
My hen and Fanta to pop over and tell Shadowhawk thank you. Her parcel has arrived. She also said she will be joining an unboxing shadow. She will be joining an unboxing shadow. Okay.
And
Doing.
maybe and.
Okay, she corrected herself. Doing. It's like, wow. Okay. Either or shadow.
I've never been unboxed
I'm not
before.
fussed. Okay, so I guess hen streaming. Hopefully we'll have a hen raid later and lay a big
Cool.
egg. I don't know. I'm speculating. I'm sorry, Ryan.
Thanks,
What
Danny,
was
for
your
letting me know.
question?
Do you record any of the shows?
Yeah, they're all recorded. They're all up on YouTube, except for the 3 or 4 that I've violated their terms or something, and they've taken them down. And now a few of them are blocked in Russia and other countries because of copyright issues, or they don't want their citizens.
I think we had like 5 or 6 on my channel, Rex, when you were suspended for that week.
Yeah, suspended for a week for saying something about the past presidential election, who really won. And bam, bam. They knocked me off for a week.
Yeah, you can't say anything about that.
Next time, Ryan, it will be 3 months.
If you get dinged again?
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. Definitely don't say nothing about that.
Or there's other things you can't, censorship. My gosh, we are under the thumb.
Yeah, I mean, Americans used to hate censorship. What the hell happened?
I think the majority of them still hate it, Shadow. It's just like they're almost afraid to say something because they're afraid of repercussions about their.
Because you're going to get censored.
Well, I mean, look at Joe the plumber, and you can have your whole livelihood, or the woman that came out about Pelosi about her hair, doing her hair during the pandemic. They destroyed her and ran her out of California. And I just don't know why there's not protest around the White House daily, like when Nixon was in office during Watergate. And I'm sure a lot of that was churned up. And Hillary Clinton was one of those douchebags that did all that. And,
sure.
And I'm sure Nancy Pelosi was there. And probably Chuck Schumer. Hell, they've been in office that long. And probably our beloved president. Gullum. Speaking of Gullum, that's what I've been watching last night and today was J.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, the animated film directed by Ralph Bakshi.
Cool. Very good one.
Yeah, I must have got this at Hastings because they had these long. I only got it for $10 back in the day. I hate these DVD cases that have the flap though.
Yeah, I never have liked them. They always break.
But for $10, hey. And I think it was brand new. I don't think it was. It's a used DVD for $10. It was like, hell yeah, that's
all right.
Man. The rotoscoping and the animation in this is, and just the story.
I love that movie, man.
Yeah, it's great.
I went and saw that at the theater when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like a.
When did that come out? 77 Star Wars year?
Yeah, like right around there. Because I think
1977 will always be Star Wars. Ryan, you're not old enough, but when I went to see Star Wars at the movies, that was the King Kong of its day. People lined up. I mean,
there were people
showing, and they were standing there for a good long time for the showings to get a good seat, to get and they, when I was standing in line, it's like one kid's bragging, I've seen it 9 times. I've seen it 6 times. How many times you seen it? Well, this is my first time. They were like, really? Because it had already been showing 33 weeks. How do I know that? Because I checked the paper. I was really wanting to see the movie. The more they talked about it and what I saw, and I mean, there hadn't been a movie, and there won't be a movie like that ever again because we have online streaming platforms now. But that movie was in some theaters for 2 years, Ryan. Imagine that. A movie now it would go straight to Paramount or Disney streaming or Hulu or something. They would never keep it in the theaters for 2 years, which it's pretty sad. But that was, who knew when you were standing in line there that was obey Biden. Tree Goblin. Easy for you to say. You're over there in the UK.
Yeah.
What the hell? We've got UK people in here, Tree Goblin and Carrie, and it's late over there. When we start, it's like 10 p.m. over there, Ryan, when we start the 4 o'clock shadow, and all we have is UK people.
Nice. You got to be nice to them. I've gotten maybe one of those in one of my backers. I got a couple of UK ones.
Oh, yeah. How are you doing, Shadowhawk? I sent you prayers earlier, Carrie says. He's going to pull out of it. It's a power dive sometimes. I know what a slog it is to go in and work with idiots. I've done it for many, many years, different various jobs. Either or, Shadow. Let's see. They have ways of re-educating you. Yes, they do, Tree Goblin. You will think what the state tells you to think. Yeah, it's 1984 all over again. Yes, freedom! Lord of the Rings to help you sleep, right? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, put it on until you get tired and then turn it off. Welcome back, White Nipple. No, you're not White Nipple. I'm kidding.
No. Hey, I kicked myself. Everybody drink.
Yeah, you must be bruised by now. Carrie said, "How are you doing, Shadowhawk? I sent you prayers earlier."
Thank you, Carrie. I'm
what's
feeling
wrong
much
with
better,
us
man.
Brits? You saying Tree and I aren't good enough? No, I'm like, where's the American crowd? The Brits are here. The British are coming. The British are coming. What? Too soon? I love some of these online expressions, Ryan. Like that's what she said, or what? Too soon, or just the jargon of being online. It's
yeah. It has its own vernacular.
Yeah.
Interesting fact. I was born Star Wars weekend.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
So,
wow.
Yeah. May 27, 1977.
Wow.
Is my birthday.
You know,
so I think it came out on the 25th, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you told me that one time that you were born on that weekend. That's pretty wild. I mean, it was an event.
Out early because he heard the movie was coming.
I mean, is that not mind blowing that a movie could be in? I know for a year and a half, maybe 2 years in some theaters.
Oh yeah,
that's how popular it was. Biden does a good Pennywise impression. Ben Shapiro pointed it out. Carrie says.
Damn.
No way was you born in 1977. Don't believe it, Carrie says.
He looks so young and fresh-faced.
Well, the reason I wanted a big screen TV, and it was probably mid-90s before I actually got one, and they were even expensive then. The big console type. I got one in 1995. Still have it. Still works. You have to get a box for it if you want to watch outward TV, but I don't. I just have a Blu-ray and a dish hooked up to it, or the dish doesn't work. It's just the device with recorded shows on it. Not a lot of that either. I should just turn the old unit back in and got my credit for it. But the reason I wanted it really stuck with me was probably around 1977. I saw a commercial where it had Battlestar Galactica, one of those Cylon ships from the Battlestar Galactica movie, bearing down and blasting everybody. And I said, that's cool. Because I love the designs. I still do in Battlestar Galactica and the original. And just to see that up on a big screen, I said, I want a big screen TV. And just under 20 years later, I did get one. And it was about $2,200, probably. Had good credit, make payments, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But still have it. I also have, I guess that was a pretty good year because I had a 1995 compact computer, which still plays slow ass games on. I mean, slow ass games, but it's a lot of fun. I probably just should donate it to a museum at this point. Same thing with my big screen TV, but still, that's the largest TV I have in the house. Shadowhawk is this 50-inch screen TV, big old piece of furniture, big old speaker. It'll blow you out into the road.
Yeah, I think it was like
turn it all the way up.
I think it was right around the same time, 95, 96, when I got my first one.
It'll vibrate the whole freaking house. Squirrels off the roof. Dentures out of your mouth if you got them. Hair off your head if you have a rug, you know, or toupee.
There you go. Like the old, what was it, the Memorex commercials or whatever it was? The guy with
Is it Live or Memorex?
And his drink would be sliding across the table, his hair's blowing.
Yeah, he's got his glasses on, got his little evening drink and whatnot. Wasn't it like Beethoven, where it's like da 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 da?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was
something heavy. Yeah,
it was freaking awesome commercial.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And he just slowly brings that drink up to his lips, you know, and he's just looking cool there. Yeah,
yeah. Hair flying, ties like flying in the sound, you know.
Yeah. Was he wearing a tie? I guess so.
I think so. Yeah, I think he had a tie.
I guess they put him in a wind tunnel, you know.
They had to. Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
They had a leaf blower right in his face.
He looked like Fabio there. Greg Levitri in the house. Hey,
Gregory.
Yeah. It's just that one word he gets hung up on.
Greg's got a stutter. It's not his fault.
Now, speaking of backing the right horse, you need a back octagon. Now, Ryan,
37 hours left.
I may have a bad, like I say, I haven't tried to play your trailer today yet, but I was having difficulty. Did you? Well, let me see
a couple days ago
with my old link. So, what was wrong with it? Do you know?
All I did was go to YouTube, copy the link, go back to Indiegogo, paste the link back into it, you know, and it worked. So I guess it was just, I don't know why it stopped
it fixed it. It fixed it apparently. Ryan is at $2,850, 48 backers. That's awesome.
Thank you guys so much for backing it. I really, really appreciate it. It's gonna, dream come true.
Not a problem, though. I saw the.
I can't wait to put it in your hands.
I saw the new double page spread you posted this morning as well.
Ryan, 34 hours left.
Yeah, they're just 34 hours to go. It's not, if it's gonna go, it'll roll into demand, but it's not going to be in demand very long. You know, like if you are thinking about getting it, you know, please get it. I want to put this in everybody's hands so they can read it and hopefully recommend it, and then I'll possibly do like a second chance, like on Luke Stones, you know. And while that's, you know, while that's printing and whatnot, you know, I'll be working on Sea Demon. You know, can't wait to get started on that.
Yeah, awesome. Hex Allen.
I was thinking
in the
I was thinking about that too, Rex. Like a June deadline is like a hell of a long time away. Like that's 100%. You know, no problemo. You know.
You mean going to the printers? June deadline fulfillment?
Yeah. Like you said somewhere like mid-June or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's flexible. I just want to get it in people's hands by the end of this year.
Even if it's beginning of June. Should be no problem.
Yeah.
Like April and May.
Yeah, it's well, uh yeah, I mean it's flexible. I definitely want to, my book or my own book's going to go in demand, and I may need that time just to develop everything. Although a lot of issue one is there because I've been developing that for the past year. A lot of the secondary stories, right. The Devil Flyer story was completely finished just shortly, or I guess maybe during the time that it was a live campaign back in March and April.
Mm-hmm.
All that was complete. I could have done the Ashcan and then came out with Devil Flyer all in the same year, but I'm glad I didn't because I wanted to offer more than Devil Flyer. I wanted to introduce, build a universe. So, and that took some time. So all last year I did development of some more of my characters and stories. And man, today's been a very productive year. Got up early, did an early stream, as you know, Shadowhawk.
Yep.
This morning
Hey
you did a
Donut.
stream?
Hey Donut. Yep.
Hey,
Uh,
Donut. Good to see you, dude.
morning wake up, episode 65.
Wow.
I was born in 65. So I'm about 12 years older than you are, Ryan, somewhere in there.
Mm.
And I was, I don't know, let's see, 65, that'd be 10. I guess I was about 12 years old when I saw Star Wars, 11 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wasn't
vaguely...
a kid, but huh?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was listening. I was trying to hear what you said.
Oh, I said the one I remember in the theaters vaguely is Jedi. I mean, Return of the Jedi. Like I remember going to, it was a United Artists theater, and the fit like where Luke like knocks off the guys like into the Sarlacc pit and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like where the Jabba's barge is hanging over the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, that's the one with the Ewoks, right?
That's the first one I remember seeing.
And the land speeders through the woods. Yeah.
So the film burned, like it like melted up, like you could see it like on the screen.
Yeah.
Like burning.
Yeah.
Like you could see it like melting and getting holes in it and stuff.
Oh, brown, yeah, the spottage. Yeah, I mean, that's happened to me. I was thinking about that a few weeks ago, Ryan. We will never see that again.
Right?
It's gone. So, they don't use film anymore, as far as I know. I mean, the old style, so to play stuff.
So
they some like special projects they'll still use film, but not many.
Yeah.
They brought the lights up. They ushered us to another theater, and we started over. Like, so they said, we'll either give you your money back or you can go over here.
Right.
And so like my first time seeing it, I saw like 1.5 times.
Nice.
And that was,
went to the other theater.
And that was a good selling point for them, because sometimes I'd usher, it'd be a few minutes. You can go stretch your legs and go to the concession stand, buy more popcorn and whatnot.
Play some video game.
Yeah.
I was standing in line with my friends to the premiere of the opening day of the Phantom Menace, the first of the prequels.
Yeah.
And so we're standing in line. We've been in line for like an hour or whatever, and we were moving up closer to the front, and like a theater had like let out. And as they were walking by, this lady says to her son, "I can't believe they killed Liam Neeson."
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
So spoilers. Yeah.
I like looked right at her, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, and she just like looked at me like, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
I didn't think about it." Yeah.
That's horrible.
So that started off the Phantom Menace not right.
Well, he got
Yeah,
his
bro,
own.
that
He got cut in half. That was a great
Mhm.
moment too. You know, retribution. He
yeah, but
falls down. I think he actually comes back and with mechanical legs or something. I don't. But you
in
know,
the
Luke
Clone Wars
Luke did a
cartoon.
fall like that
yeah,
too, and he survived. I
yeah.
just didn't think that Darth Maul being cut in half could survive something like that. You know.
You know,
Well, I
you
That-
mean,
got to be in the mood for it, but the
yeah,
Clone War cartoon is really good.
oh,
I like the Clone Wars
I
cartoon.
like
I
the
used to
quote.
watch it with
Oh
my
yeah,
daughter.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really really good.
Now, are you talking the early version, or like just like the 5 seasons that was on Cartoon Network?
Probably the Cartoon
The
Network
one
stuff.
with like Ahsoka
Yeah,
and
Yeah, that would be off Cartoon
Anakin
Network.
is
yeah.
her.
Young Anakin is her.
I have all those. They
That's her
had
Padawan. I
Yeah,
mean, her
they had
Padawan.
some early ones. I'm not even sure if I have them. I know I have one of them. It was like Clone Wars early animated. You know which one I'm talking about, Shadowhawk?
not right offhand, right?
Darth
think
Maul
they.
shouldn't
I
have survived that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, the cool thing about lightsabers, though, you got to realize, is it's a
Carterize
laser.
it.
Yep. So you're
Yeah.
not gonna bleed out just because you got cut in half.
Well, you're doing an alien body. I mean, he's an alien too. We don't know what his physiology is, right?
Yeah. I mean, he may
Except that
not have
he's
had any.
bipedal. Yeah.
Yeah, he may not have
See,
had any
see how
vital organs.
people talk about science fiction. It's like, oh yeah, he could, as if it's like,
Real.
yeah,
Yeah,
real.
because we're idiots.
And then women walk by you and go nerds.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, like I can still compartmentalize it and still enjoy it, you know.
And then the one that doesn't walk by you and say nerds, you wind up marrying.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is an interesting conversation. Yeah, remember that time that Kirk beamed
Good
down
advice.
to that
Good advice for
planet?
all the young men out there is cool chicks like comics. If you find a girl that likes comics, you're probably doing okay.
You got to
As
keep
long
her.
as
Yeah.
long as it's not like Squirrel Girl or something.
I've never done that, Shadow. In fact, I think I had one that would stole some of my collectibles. Well, but both of them actually.
Dang.
She took my whole collection and put it in storage.
Oh, dude. Oh,
I later got it back and then was inventorying it, and the guy burned his place down. So I lost it just about when I got it back.
mm,
I was going to ask you, is that the collection that burned down?
Yeah, the guy burned his own place down to redevelop the place, take it off his taxes, get the insurance money and redevelop it. And
Yeah.
so, and
yeah. So you didn't give a shit about Rex's comic books when he.
yeah,
said
my
it on
father-in-law said, well, he had 47. I told him I had about 50,000 in there. I don't know where he came up worth, which was probably an overestimation at that time, but by today's standards, definitely $50,000 worth of comics and stuff. Only had like 45 long boxes. I guesstimate about 16,000, but it was original artwork, John Byrne, Jim Starlin.
Original art? Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I had the original. The little Ditko box up in the corner where they put the heads or figures.
Yeah.
I had John Byrne's page of Avengers heads.
No way.
Yeah, I paid $60 for it in 1985.
No way.
Yeah,
I know, it's insane, isn't it, right?
Yeah, I had a Dan Day Aztec Ace page from Eclipse Comics. I had some kind of Jim Starlin page I bought at auction. And I had one of the old 1970 ISIS. It was DC Comics Presents. And I had some kind of ISIS page from ISIS from like 1975, 76, somewhere in there from when ISIS was in a DC comic. I bought those original. I bought 3 original ISIS pages somewhere for like $5 a piece. Hell, the paper's worth that. Flip it over and draw on the other side.
You know what? Which
Vince
is even
Coletta
crazier.
inks.
You can't even buy paper like that anymore.
Oh no.
Because because of all the environmental regulations, you know?
Oh
Yeah.
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 Like the chemicals required to like make really, really good paper, you know, like they don't let them use them anymore. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like really, really hard to find, you know, if like you buy like a Moleskine skein, whatever, you know what I'm talking about, the
Yeah.
um
Moleskin. Yeah.
sketchbooks, you
Right.
know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a little Moleskine, you know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
That's not the same paper anymore, like at all. You know what
No,
I mean?
yeah.
If you get an old Moleskine and compare them, you know what I mean? Like one is
Right.
silk and silky smooth and amazing, and the other one sucks. You know, not
Mhm.
sucks, but like
But yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
just
better
not
than
the same.
nothing, but it's bleedy and horrible. You know?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to hold up as well as the
No,
old stuff.
they'll admit it too. Like it's 100% like you know new paper. You know what I mean? Like this isn't good paper like it used to be.
Wow. Yeah, that's how do you sell shit? Well, sorry guys, we can't get you the good stuff, but
Now Shadowhawk's seen this one. Ryan probably hasn't, but that I did that yesterday.
oh yeah, I like that one.
That's sweet. Love it.
That's my bog character with the dirty wraith Joe, Dirty Joe inhabiting him. And then I
Okay.
did this one, this simple one here. I don't know if you've seen that, Shadow. That's Dirty Joe. He's
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah.
a he's kind of like a I call him like a venom like ghost,
Mhm.
a wraith, you know, venom like wraith.
Yeah. Well, I was telling you the other night, I like those couple that you did with him, like streaking across sideways. It looks like
Oh
almost
yeah,
like
the
an old
bookmarks. Yeah,
Morbius panel or something. It's
yeah,
cool looking stuff.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's a good one to uh draw horizontal on these bookmarks, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, he works really well with that format.
yeah.
You know? There you go.
So
Yeah, I dig
the
those.
top one's the first one I did, and then the other one's second one is the second one I did.
Mhm.
Something
Sweet.
about that just reminds me of one of those old '70s Morbius panels where he's swooping in, you know, and he's like body's all cocked and crazy looking, and his eyeballs are
Mhm.
bulging.
That'll, you know, I can't wait till I can, you know, get a good colorist on some of this work. You know,
Oh, dude,
a good colorist gives it volume and
man, dude,
makes it pop. You know,
if I was in a better position, dude, we would hire Ryan Cardinal and get him to color your stuff. That dude's badass.
no, you can't. You can't.
I know he's too busy.
He just wants to do his own stuff. Plus, he's busy. He's a tattoo artist, so
Yeah. Oh, bro,
uh,
he books like tattoo sessions at these big
oh
conventions
yeah,
and
he'll
shit.
do a whole sleeve. You know, he'll do like
Yeah,
what they call a whole
I've
sleeve.
been
He'll do
following him for a while now, man.
yeah.
He is good.
Oh, he is good. Yeah, he actually did one of my characters. I'll show Ryan here.
Yeah, dude, that's why I
And
was
he
just like,
did that
wow.
on his own time when we were developing the character. I and Vic
Yeah, I
were
think he did it
developing the
while we were streaming, didn't he? What,
yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah. Oh, he's good. Yeah, quick, you know.
Oh yeah,
Uh
yeah. I'd love to hire him to
we
do
have
something,
like
anything for me.
Andy and Rich that did Roach Balls. They're
Oh
all
yeah, Rich
tattoo
Island.
artists.
Yeah.
There's several tattoo artists doing comics, you know, within
Hmm.
CG or crowdfunding.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I thought about
Well,
tattooing. Like I would like to, you
Oh,
know, like I
really?
think it would be cool
Yeah.
and like a really good way to make money.
Right.
But like I think like too many times like I would want to refuse to put
Right.
like something like satanic or blasphemous or whatnot like on somebody.
Right.
And
right.
like I would imagine that would come up
Yeah,
a
and then
lot.
you end up getting shit on.
And I don't know. I know that like you can specialize, you know what I mean, but I don't know if you can specialize right out the gate, you know.
I mean, it
Uh,
Um,
really just depends how good you are, you know. I mean, if you can lay down nice enough ink on someone's skin, which is like a completely different thing than drawing on paper. Um,
yeah.
people
Like
will pay for it.
I just don't want like God to take away my ability. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah,
we had
yeah.
a
I mean,
deal here, you know what I mean? You were going to do
right.
something uplifting and you know, glorifying
inspiring.
and
Yeah.
Now you're drawing pentagrams on people's bodies, and
Yeah.
it's like no.
Right. Yeah.
The
Well,
same Black
you
Panther
can't
97 times.
you can't really do that now because they cancel you. It's like the baker that doesn't want to do an
No,
anti-gay
you can't.
cake. But
Right.
I've heard gays come out and say, "Look, I and my partner, we're gay, and we wouldn't want somebody to come in our business and do an anti-gay cake, so we stand with him." This that you hear on a national level does not represent the LBGT, whatever, alphabet soup community or the gay community. They're being used, and a lot within the community realize that. Now, a lot of them don't. I will be the first to say that the gay community, for good reason, bad reason, whatever, however your views fall on that fence, has been persecuted for a very long time. We were talking about how hard, gays have had it back in the 80s, 40 years ago when I was in college. But you choose that lifestyle. So, I mean, if you work on an oil rig, or in a coal mine, you're gonna get dirty. You choose that lifestyle, and so it has a certain stink or odor or griminess to it. Okay, if you're a Wall Street broker in a 3-piece suit, it's got its own hazards and pitfalls, but and stresses, but it's a different type of work altogether. Rex hand painting them, you lazy whore. Hand paint them, yeah. I'm going to do some hand painting. Definitely, I'm going to get back into more painting. That was my. I kind of went to college, and since they didn't have the Joe Kubert School of you had to go to New Jersey for that, and they didn't even have correspondence courses or online. I guess they've got online. They used to come out with it on disc, first VHS and then disc. I imagine maybe they probably have online courses now, but they like to sell the packets, the art supplies, and all that.
Oh, dude, I started one of those back in the late 80s, early 90s, one of those correspondence courses for art. And Draw Timmy the Turtle. You remember that? Apparently they accepted everyone and they just wanted your money. But I did learn some valuable drawing skills from it. Yeah. I don't know if it was worth what I paid.
That's another thing, Ryan. We have several like Graham Nolan, Patrick Parnell, Andy Smith. Who else?
Shane Davis.
Shane Davis are from the Joe Kubert graduates. The Joe Kubert School. Within the community, so that's pretty cool. I always wanted to go there. I mean, I was getting, would see the ads in the comics in the 70s, and
that was always my dream too.
I'm gonna do a limited run on a few paint enamel bookmark anema.
I hope he means enamel and not enema bookmarks.
Or enema bookmarks. Maybe.
There's no telling with Pale Rider. He might have spelled that right.
Those are not bookmarks. Those are sketch cards. Get it correct.
Those are skid marks.
Oh, still waiting for. Look, don't hate on the skid marks. We all have them. Anyway, still waiting from time to time. As you get older, they seem to increase in, veracity and velocity. But anyway, still waiting for these shirtless painting videos. Pale Rider. Yeah, I think Red Valkyrie showed a picture of him vacuuming with his shirt off. Pale
Rider turning into Wolvo on us? What's going on?
Yeah, I've done it. Don't threaten me with a good time.
That's right.
Oh gosh, we need to bring this up before I forget.
Forget what?
To play Octagon, the trailer. What? No sound really? I just played it and I didn't have it muted. Okay, so hey Dario.
An electromagnetic disturbance on the ocean floor at the edge of the Bermuda Triangle is being investigated by a private interest research company. Their lead scientist, Dr. Ruby Freeman, discovers a portal to a hidden realm full of anthropomorphic marine mammals. The dolphin hybrids want to use the humans for their genetic experiments. Anthropomorphic walrus, Dr. Octagon, is not going to let that happen. "48 pages in full color by artist and writer Ryan James. Get it today on Indiegogo.
Get it today. Indiegogo. I like that.
Come on, people. Back it now. Back it twice. Get this thing
back
up
it
there.
Often.
Beautiful.
Is that how you spell Dario's name? D-A-R-O? I misspelled it, didn't I?
Yeah, you got to slip an I in there, Rick.
He knows what I mean. Anyway, is this the Walrus guy on panel? Yes, it is the Walrus guy. Cuckoo Cuckoo. The one and only Ryan James. Bam!
Ryan didn't know he was the walrus, but apparently he is. You're gonna have to start growing a mustache, Ryan.
The Eggman.
Yeah, I am the war. I am the Eggman. I am the walrus. I like that trippy psychedelic, stuff.
Yeah, I dug that stuff when the beat.
I grew up in the 70s and then the early 80s. I was in like high school, and then the rest of the 80s, like in college, and so you would think that everybody wants to rule the world, and music like that, or going back to the 70s would be my jam. But some of that, I mean, just the music, I guess maybe because you heard it on the radio a lot. I mean, because of the 70s, I mean, you had Chicago and Boston and so many great, Journey and Kiss. And I mean, just the music was great and more commercialized in the 70s and 80s. And then MTV took off in 82. And
which was
so, but I mean, I always appreciate the 60s. I may, from the earliest memory, it's like, and I was very young, like 4 at the end of 1969 when dinosaurs ruled the earth and gas was being produced. Methane, that is. Pull my finger. I'll prove it to you. I still have some in my collection. Anyway, let's see. Here, I'm writing a horror story called Sugar Goes to a Bathhouse, Pale Rider says. And Donut says, Pale Rider, I would actually read that. Sugar, honey.
I would too.
I am your candy. Wait a minute, I'm not your candy girl. Take off to the Great White North. Take off. It's a beauty.
You can't deny how good Sugar looks in that red dress. Mate.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about, and I really don't want to know.
Oh, it's another one of those CG inside jokes. If you were around when it happened, it's one of them things. It will go down in myth.
What did you?
I said it will be eventually become a CG myth. It'll be the legend of Chris's red sparkly dress.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of like the legend of my shower, right?
Yeah, exactly, bro.
These
You know, some idiot at some point is gonna write a story about your shower, basement girls, and it's gonna happen. It might even be me.
it might be. If you hang around long, you piker. Man, I tell you what, I really miss Timothy Truman's artwork. I really like, his squared off like stub hands, which he's really leveled up on his artwork over the years. I remember
Wow.
him doing Grimjack in the early 80s,
Oh yeah, I remember him from that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw Timothy Truman's artwork, but he's been doing some Conans and some other stuff. I actually got to meet his brother Christmas before last, Joe.
Oh, cool.
Joe Truman, or I guess,
Mm.
on a panel briefly because he had to go. It was Christmas time, and Tim was in the other room, but he was on panel. I can't even remember whose platform that was on. I was like, wow, I got to meet his brother. I said, well, I have a brother and his name's Joe. So I can identify with you very easily and remember your name very easily.
There you go.
Do you go to any comic book conventions?
I haven't for years. I started in 1983. I guess all my conventions were back in the 80s. That's when it was more creator centric and about comics, and didn't have all the Hollywood factor in it, I wouldn't be opposed, but it's ridiculous, the lines,
Yeah, I
the
got to go
autograph
to
lines.
before it was C2E2 or whatever back in the 90s. I went to the Chicago Comic Con.
That was like
one.
last weekend, right?
Yeah, I think it was just.
Did you see some of the Image guys, Shadow? Because you were heavily into Image.
Oh yeah. I got I managed to get some stuff signed, but I had no idea. I'd never been to like a big convention. The only comic book like conventions I'd ever seen were like in my little town at the library and shit. They'd be like, "Ooh, comic book convention. There's gonna be somebody here at the store signing or whatever." And it was just little stuff. So when I walked into Chicago, dude, I had no idea, man. I just was not prepared. I had nowhere near enough money on me for everything I wanted. I ended up leaving just like, oh God, if only I knew. Yeah.
Well, Power Rider dropped the link again. I'll open it up and watch it. I opened up that other link you dropped. I usually do to check them out. Yeah, I need to check out the red dress lore, I suppose.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, we can get everybody in on some old CG lore.
No, not right now. Shadow.
Oh, well,
not right now.
Yeah. We'll go do it on my.
Check out this Hellboy cover, Mike Mignola. Very Marvel-esque, Kirby-esque.
Yeah, that was when Hellboy was still pretty cool.
The Scourge of the Super Ape. Hell yeah.
Yeah, gorilla cover. You can't go wrong.
Gorilla, yeah, but he doesn't really look like a gorilla.
No, not really. But I mean, he does have what's it called? Something Super Ape.
It looks like, yeah. Well, he's got like these electrodes or something attached to him, whatnot. And there's a floating head by his knee there. Issue 14.
What, did they slip MODOK in there?
No. I find your lack of faith in MODOK disturbing.
Dude, I hated MODOK the minute I saw him when I was a little kid. I'm like, what the hell? You can't be scared of a giant head in a wheelchair.
Need a palate cleanser. How about Jim Lee X-Men?
Look at that beast. You know I Rex likes this one.
The Beast, yeah, he's my favorite character.
Taking up some real estate right there, bro.
Werewolf by Night, just visually, because Werewolf by Night was my first comic I ever bought. And the Beast was in the Avengers when I, George Perez goodness, which I have a couple production pieces here. I won't show them now because I've got other stuff stacked on it. But, issue 147 of the Avengers. So I didn't even realize that the Beast came from the X-Men. Because I met him over.
I think a lot of people didn't realize that at first, because I knew the Avengers before I knew who the X-Men were.
Well, it's all when you come into the lore, right? And then finally the Beast is reminiscing about his time in the X-Men. I'm like, what's this?
Right, yeah.
All about
when
I
did
was
he
confused.
get the blue hair? Because
he was still in the X-Men. Then he
1974.
Yeah, he was trying to come up with a cure for mutants at the time.
When he first came out, he had gray fur. He was gray, Ryan.
Yeah, but if he didn't want to be a mutant
fur
anymore,
at all. Like when
no, he didn't originally. He just had big hands. Muscular.
But but he tried to cure himself to make himself normal, and something went wrong, and then he became even more beastly than he was original.
Ryan, you may have heard of Ethan Van Sciver and his character Salamandroid and Cyberfrog. But have you seen my graded Salamandroid?
Rex trying to make me jealous.
That's the first Salamandroid. That's early EVS.
Wow.
From
neat.
And I got that bad boy.
This was just one cover.
You can still read
on the ad on the back. 8.0. It needs a pressing. I think if it was pressed, it would grade higher for sure. This one was not pressed. With a pressing, this would grade higher. It would be worth breaking it out of the slab and thumbing through it, Shadowhawk, and then re-slabbing it till it suffocates.
Oh, you mean you're actually going to read a Greg?
No.
No.
I got 2 sets of warts and all back there. Now I got a sweet deal on this. $145.59.
Oh, dude, yeah, you definitely got a good deal.
I can grade this and get it higher than an 8.0. I know I can with the pressing. It will grade higher than that. Because
do you sell comics on eBay or something?
I do. Well, not comics per se, because everybody likes to want to dicker about the condition, Hey, Kate.
Right.
Kate and Orlando in the house.
But artwork, collectibles, things like that. Rex sells toys and that kind of thing. He's actually gotten me into it. I got my own little site going on now.
So if you were going to do a comic, you'd have to slab it first, so you can't dicker about condition?
Well, like Aaron Lopresti, he bought a book and it wasn't slabbed, and they sent him a lower grade. He only buys like near mint, high grade copies for his collection.
Yeah.
And he really got into it with that guy on eBay. It's just to protect yourself and to get what you're expected to get.
Well, then the dude tried to turn around
and books, if it's a key book.
Yeah, but the dude also sent Aaron a shit copy compared to what he advertised, and then tried to turn around and argue it and make.
That's
Aaron
what I'm saying.
Bad. Yeah. I mean, and dude, that's the problem as an eBay seller is you really can't do anything to defend yourself.
I've not figured it out.
eBay don't listen to you. If you get a complaint, it don't matter how stupid it is. They're gonna give whoever ripped you off their money, and you're just screwed. It's like, oh, okay, this is great.
I haven't figured it out. I really haven't.
No, I don't know how to get around it.
20 years. With that said, I have bought some key books like that Brave and the Bold, the first Silver Age Hawkman up there. And got a sweet deal. Actually took a chance on that one, bought it sight unseen. They had a picture from, just archive picture up there of what the cover would look like, but not the actual book. And I think that's probably why I got it for $140. I could have got it for less than that, but there was one bidder and he bid once, and And then she said, I think you'll really like it, because I contacted her ahead of time. And I do. With a pressing, I think, that becomes an $800 book all day long. If not
Yeah,
higher.
put some pants on. It's cold out there.
If you got key issues, you need to have it
Whatever.
pressed,
I don't care.
clean.
You get sick, you get sick.
Not all books need clean. Chuck Rosansky from Mile High Comics says, if you don't get it graded with those key issues, you're leaving money on the table. I would totally agree with that. Sometimes
I agree
hundreds
too,
or thousands
I'm
of dollars.
sorry, man. I can't sit there and look at a comic book that I wanted to read all my life and have it locked away in a fucking acrylic tomb. I can't do it.
Okay, but I mean, you can go to a freaking archive and get most of those key issues.
Sure, I could go look it up and read it on digital too, Rex. Ooh, fantastic.
I know you want that acrid smell of acid of degraded
I want
paper.
I want the ink and the degrading.
Now, what if you were left a 1940s, early 30s collection that really needed to be preserved just because of not that it's brittle, but I mean, these are key issues that are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, like that Superman #1 we saw. Would you take steps to preserve that beyond just board and bag it?
At that point, sure, dude. But
would you slab
technically,
it?
Yeah, I guess.
Think about it.
If a book is worth a certain amount of money, then yes, I guess it becomes slabbing it. But I've got books in my collection that people are willing to pay good money for single issues of X-Men and what have you from back in the day. Because, hey, guess what? Nobody's making good comics except CG no more. So
yeah. Oh man, I mean, I am very impressed.
Friends like Ryan, we love you guys, and I don't even buy back issues anymore, Ryan. I gave up on Marvel, DC, Image, all the mainstream guys in '99. I came back in 2018 when Ethan launched Blood Honey, and I've been here ever since. And
probably the only reason I get back issues and stuff is to recapture fondness of my childhood or growing up, or
yeah. Well, I mean, I used to want to fill in gaps in my collection and all that,
or an investment. And for me as a writer, it's invaluable, to look at some of that stuff. But I'm not that big in it. I mean, if I back any books, it's going to be CG books. But like again, you had to back the right horse, right? I backed that old Eclipse comic that had 15 issues. At one point, I had an original page of artwork from issue 3. And it was beautiful, Ryan. I wish I had it. It was a page that had like King Tut's Egyptian sarcophagus and all its detail on it. It was oh man, Dan Day, I forget who else, but man, I mean, the work that went into that. And there's the sad thing is I can't even remember some of the original artwork that I owned. Not that I owned a huge stack, but what I had was quality. I mean, John Byrne, Jim Starlin, Dan Day, Vince Coletta. I can't even remember what else.
Oh, dude, yeah, you've got so much good stuff.
Well, I have a better collection now than what I did growing up. But what I grew up, my first collection was basically from 3rd grade, from when I started, grade school, from when I started reading and collecting. From like 1976 to 97, I collected 45 long boxes, about 16,000. So if you think about every 20 years, then you can kind of like, if I keep collecting at this rate, I'm not even a person. Most collectors, even diehard collectors, are not going to hit 100,000 books in their lifetime.
No,
right now I'm up to about 30,000 books, but a lot of that's extra stuff that could be sold maybe to acquire more stuff. I don't know. It seems
Well,
like
shit,
the
Rex. I
collectors.
mean, you and I figured it out. I think at some point, or pretty near. I mean, I've been collecting for about 40 years, minus my 18-year absence in the 20.
Mm-hmm.
But what did we end up coming up with? Like around 13, 15,000 comics I got? Something like
I forget how many long boxes you said you had. Like maybe 17 long boxes,
that.
about three and a
It's
half,
16,
four short
16
boxes.
long boxes, three. I mean, because short boxes kind of are weird. One of them's
All
called a
right.
short box, but it's like
All
one
right.
and a half
15
times.
long boxes is, yeah, I think we came
Yeah,
up with about
like
17 or 18,000 comics. You probably
something like
got.
that. All I know
Yeah.
is it weighs a shit ton.
Now, Texas Dave Houston, that'll be on with us tomorrow. He has about 20,000 in his collection. A lot of
Dave's
them
got a
British
killer
editions.
collection.
What is he going to be showing off?
We never
He'll be
know.
over here.
Actually, Shadowhawk, I hope we'll do it like last week, where I show some, you show some, and Dave shows some.
Yeah, that would be fun, dude. That was actually a good time. I like that.
Yeah. Well, you
And
know,
I mean, Dave has got a killer collection. Well, so do you, though, bro. I can just sit there and watch you just, rifle through shit all day, man, and just be like, oh God, look at that.
Yeah. Well, I really need to, get back to some of that and show.
I think people kind of miss that a little bit. We've gotten away from it.
I love the old promo posters you used to get. This one is not complete. It's complete. It's just folded up to keep it boarded and bagged. And really, it wasn't
cool.
that long ago I bought this one from the early '80s from AC Comics. I actually have a lot of AC Comics type stuff. I've just had this sitting here. Bill Black, who worked for Marvel. I'm not sure what else he did, but he's a filmmaker as well. Here's some of the films, and I had him sign. Actually, I got him signing stuff. Here's some of the movies he's come out with. Ryan, Monster Gorilla. It's kind of low budget type stuff. Metal Gypsy.
I love the horror movies.
AC characters, Night Vale, and the Ghost Gargantua. That's a double feature there. He likes that TNA hot babe type thing, that sexploitation type thing. Here's Witch War, the Night Vale, and you can see it's signed there by Bill Black in gold.
Nice. Oh, very cool.
They're all signed. I got them signed.
Hey, Phil, what's happening, brother?
I got this
Dave
from
Comics in the house, right?
It's an old movie serial. Sometimes he does that public domain stuff. Mysterious Island. He didn't sign that one.
He didn't like that one.
Early serials. He signed one of these that was just something he produced. It wasn't.
Can you watch these on your channel?
Did
you do like one of those streams like where you watch a movie?
Well, I get my good friend Shadowhawk down here, and he'll hook us up where I can actually do that. That's Blood Fiend.
Dude, I almost fucking drove down this morning.
Yeah.
I was about 5 minutes away.
And Damsels in Distress, which a lot of this is like the old Nokia, the old serials and stuff, but it's also, his character. It's just
like, what year did that movie come out? Or any of these? Like, what time frame are we talking about?
Probably in the 90s,
Really?
Okay.
Did it come to movie houses? Probably not. But he sells them on eBay. Here's Stormy Tempest, Fight for the Future.
I'm sorry, Rex. That just sounds like a bad porn.
Stormy Timmy.
Mhm.
Now this is the one he signed in black, Bill Black, right? Like to sign him in black. The Lost Planet, Conqueror of Space. This is just like one of those movie serials that he liked to, because he grew
I like
up
that
as a
cover.
young.
That's cool.
He grew up in the young, early. It's got a thing
Shouldn't
of the
look like
original
90s.
poster, huh?
It doesn't look like 90s. Looks like, I don't know.
No, these
50s?
here were like in the 50s. Here, this is 1953. This one,
There we go. Yeah.
but now
Oh,
the
but
one,
they were just released in the night.
well, the
Got
ones that the
Okay.
one
They didn't make DVDs in the 50s.
Yeah,
and
he had me
Kirk Out-
confused too there, Ryan. Sorry.
This is 1952, Black Hawk, and I actually have a chapter of that, a Black Hawk, on a film reel, and on it he has Bill Black. He has his address on there 3 times, on each side of the reel and somewhere else on there. Oh, I've got
Hey, love
over
you, Phil.
80,
Drop
80
your link, buddy.
signatures.
It rolled out of my saved things on my little thing. So drop your Lost Pages link if you're still here, bro.
I'll be right back, guys.
Is he okay? Is he okay?
I'm sure he's probably just going to get some coffee with lime juice or something. Rex is he's an interesting individual.
Yeah.
That's why we get
Super
along so
interesting.
well, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've never made any claims to sanity.
Did you watch Aaron Lepresti's stream yesterday? They announced the winners for the art contest.
I did see the announcement for the winner. He showed the picture. I think it was either Twitter or Instagram, but I didn't actually get to see his stream last night.
Mhm. Adam Miller won again.
I know, I saw that dude. He's pretty damn good at race.
And since I've been paying attention, this is the third one that he's won.
Really?
Third
Is it that
CG
many
one.
already? Holy crap.
Yeah, because he won Inglorious Rex.
Oh,
And
that's
he
right.
won
He did get
the
Inglorious
first
Rex.
one. And he won the Gemshock one too.
Yeah.
He's got
Yeah,
a phenomenal style.
He's gonna look somebody to be watching out for, man. I can't wait to see, what he ends up with for his first, big push project or what have you.
Yeah. His style is just so striking. And
yeah, I saw it, Zayd. I'm sorry, bro. I'm in
I
such
love
a
his
state
work.
that I just can't afford fucking sketch cards right now, bro. Sorry about that.
They're cool. I've seen them too. The ones that Shelby drew for him.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, I've bought a crap load of the Zayd boys sketch cards over the last few years, so they're probably wondering what the hell's going on with me. I'm sorry, Phil.
I love the look of that purple monster guy. That he looks cool. He looks so cool.
Oh yeah, Crimstone's awesome, dude.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is actually the Silhouette from the Lost Pages. He's my favorite character, but Crimstone is badass too. I like the Masquerade a lot too.
And Miller's fan art of that is awesome too. Like I can't see him not winning that one. I'm surprised he didn't win the Isom one.
Yeah, dude.
See?
I kind of thought he had that one freaking in the bag.
Did you see like the art that won the Isom one?
No, I don't think I saw that one.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like fantastic. Like it was
Really?
very like stylized.
Mm.
And just like it would take like a certain taste,
Right,
and,
right. Well, I guess I guess that comes down to Rippo, right? Because he's the one who makes the final choice, as far as I know.
I think his staff did. His staff made the final choice on that one.
Oh, really? Yeah, because I know he does have like fucking people working for him now. He's got a whole machine going on.
Yeah.
Which is, frankly, amazing. But again, And here we go. This is another example today. I was cruising around Twitter, just waiting for the stream to start. Nothing to do.
Mhm.
And there's some idiot on there bitching about Ethan again. Blah blah blah. blah, blah. Late books and this and the other. And blah blah blah. Dude, the guy is fulfilling right now. He's yeah. Obviously, I mean, Ethan is an exception to the rule. The guy takes forever to draw. He draws tiny little details on everything.
Who's that?
All right, tail rider, fuck you. I don't care. I love Ethan, and I always will. So.
Hey, Zaid. How you feel? I don't know if I ever showed you my pig. I think I did. I bought this on eBay years and years ago.
Yeah, well, tree, you're in the middle of nowhere. It'll
Made out of wood.
Cute.
What the heck? What was that thing?
You missed it. You were, dissing somebody in the chat,
Oh, yeah,
Angel Avengers. Brimstone. Angel Avengers. And I think this is actually a picture here of Bill Black right there playing a character in his own movie, because he does do that. He's right there in the blue.
Oh, cool.
He's kind of a portly guy,
Little chunky.
He looks like a Charlie's Angels.
Nokia Jungle Girl.
The devil went down.
And he didn't sign them on the plastic. He signed them on the insert. So that's cool.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Space Heroes. I got this. This is early 50s sci-fi. This is what he grew up on as kid, in the 50s, because he's older.
Huh.
Was drawing for Marvel. I know or was it Marvel? Yeah, it was Marvel. Or inking anyway for Marvel. This is Nokia, the Amulet of Voltura. Little Skeletor-like character up there. Like I say, low budget filming. He lives down Florida, films these things in Florida.
Hail, Agent Zero.
A few more here. Let's see. Nokia, the Jungle Girl fights back. Mm-hmm. And Stormy Tempest, Attack of the Giantess. It's got like a Flash. Yeah. Like a Flash Gordon like rocket there. Pew pew pew.
There's a little Wonder Woman under. That's so cute.
Yeah, he likes those busty women.
Tomb got big dog news.
Like what? Angela Jolie's like Tomb Raider character. Stormy Tempest, the Rogue Justice. Yeah. I mean, he's cosplaying women, that with the wigs, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's like drive-in movie, fare. Hey, Agent Zero. We had 36 hours left in the Indiegogo campaign before it goes to in demand. Yeah, Ryan. I mean, freaking hell! Hey. What are you going to do for your closeout? You need to have a closeout party.
Shadowhawk's going to throw it for me.
I thought we were going to do that over here, right?
Oh yeah, we can definitely do that over here.
Sorry, Ryan. Apparently, Rex didn't get the mess.
Yeah, I was gone. I had to make a run for the border, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. Make a run for the border.
You had to restock the basement, girl.
Sometimes a guy's got to go when a guy's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when you got to go, you got to go, man.
Here's a book I got with the original Ghost Rider. Actually, I think, Frank Frazetta cover.
That's tomorrow then, Ryan. What time do we need to get things?
Yeah, what time do we need to do that, Ryan?
I don't know. This is my first closeout, so I don't know.
Okay, let me look.
Well, what is it? 36, 35 hours from now.
I
I
think it's
think
like 3 o'clock in the morning or
3
something
o'clock in
usually
the
when you.
morning, all
Yeah.
Indiegogo, so it needs to be late at night, or I guess you could. I mean,
Well, I mean, unless we just started at 4 and keep on
a
going.
lot of people started at midnight and go up to 3, go for about 3 hours.
Mhm.
Pikers, they need to stay on all day and have a party.
Well,
I
and
don't know.
some people try to, bounce around on different streams and
Can you
stuff
send
too,
me a
where you
link? Yes, I can. Shame
spend,
Rex didn't make it in
spend a
time.
couple hours on one stream, a couple hours on another.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
right.
you get another, you spread yourself out amongst the audience, I guess. But I mean, we've done closeout streams, on some
Rex
channels
eating
that
those
have been
sketchy
12-hour
leftovers.
marathons.
Woo, there you go,
So,
Agent Zero.
I don't know.
Frank Vazetta cover here. I had to wait on this one a little bit. Volume 10 of Crypt of Horror. AC Comics came out. And this is a thick book. I really don't want to take it out. I'll take it out enough to show you. This is a hefty beast. It's thick. Frank Vazetta cover from back in the day. It's a reprint of signed by Bill Blackguard in silver. Zombie-like cover by Frank Frazetta.
That's right in my wheelhouse. Look at that.
Oh man, and it came with a note signed by Bill.
Oh dang, dude.
Yeah, dang. On just some like
that's pretty cool.
Back in, something Odie had. This was probably in 2014 or 15, but this is dated 2011 up there, just on DocuPrint, little stationary calendar and whatnot. He said, "Sorry, this took so long. I had to order it from AC Comics." And I'm thinking, I thought Bill Black was AC Comics, but anyway, I dropped the link there, Agent Zero, in the. You ask, hey, here he comes, Justin K. Sweet, aka Agent Zero. Hello.
What's up? How are y'all?
Good.
What's going on, Ryan? I've seen you around. I just haven't actually met you. So hi.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. I think we launched about the same time. It was kind of interesting how it's all played out, man.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are within like a few hours of each other as far as ending and everything.
Yeah, it's kind of.
What are you gonna do, Justin, for your closeout?
Probably not much, except for this. This may be the closeout. So
okay.
So what I mean by that?
How much time you got left on Chrome Dog?
So I've got 33 hours.
Oh, okay. So all right. Yep.
So so the big news that I was actually about to. I'm in here working on typing up an email. MailChimping it, as it were, and I was looking over the last email that I sent out to everybody on my mailing list, and it's one of those moments where you remember something that you promised, and so you have to kind of stay with what you promised. And so for a while, I said that. Oh, nice, skid marks. For a while, I was actually not going to do in demand, right?
Right.
But I had stated this before all of that, because I once Fund My Comic got all fired up, then I was ready to just be exclusive on Fund My Comic instead of being in demand. But thanks to some friendly Twitter followers. And I listened to a little more reason about it. Yeah, okay, well, that would be cool if I can get more money. Plushies aren't cheap, I can tell you that. But anyway, So what it is that the Lepresti cover, I'm actually gonna when the main campaign is done on Indiegogo and we actually transition over to in demand. I'm gonna sunset the Lepresti cover in all its forms, so you're not gonna be able to get it as a standard perk tier, and you're also not gonna be able to get the all-nighter tier anymore. So I'm going to remove those two from the Indiegogo campaign while it is in demand.
Now I got to go
Now,
back and check, Justin. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I backed Aaron's cover because I love Aaron. So
well, but you said that you were going to. I mean, again, I mean, I appreciate all the support I get.
Tell me I didn't miss you. If I didn't back you yet, I feel so bad.
Well,
I will back
no, I'm
you
pretty sure
immediately.
you backed me on Indiegogo,
Okay.
but you had mentioned something about doing it on Fund My Comics, so that's the exciting news. So while I'm sunsetting it on Indiegogo, I'm actually going to leave it up on Fund My Comic.
Oh, sweet.
So
Okay.
for people who've missed out on the initial campaign on Indiegogo, guess
Yeah.
what? Come on over to Fund My Comic and get that Aaron Lepresti cover. But in the meantime, for those
That's
that really,
good.
that really
Yeah.
want it on Indiegogo, let's
Right.
let's do this. And then once we go in demand, that's it. It's like gone.
Yeah. No, and that's a beautiful selling point too to bring over with you to Fund My Comic,
Well,
dude. I like it.
and the other thing that I want to point out too, and it kind of one I'm learning as I go on all of this, and I've heard a lot of good advice from different people,
Pale
and I
Rider,
can tell you that Nefarious, what's that?
I was telling Pale Rider to hush in the chat.
Oh,
He's killing me over
is
He
he being a
wants
miscreant?
Chrome Dog nipple tassels.
here. Fucking Pale, being Pale.
He can make them himself. Buy some tinsel from like Christmas tinsel.
Yeah, I see that you're at 33 hours and counting, $3,580. Good for you. 80 backers. Let's get
Yep.
that up to at least 100 backers.
Hell, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
About 1,000 above your fixed goal asking price. 143% there. Let's get that up
Nice.
higher. We can take it higher. I'd like to see this campaign at least get pretty darn close to $5,000. I mean,
I'm shooting for much higher than that, but yeah, 5,000 is
oh yeah.
definitely a
Well,
golden
I mean,
number.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
And
you always shoot for the stars,
yeah,
but
well, sure.
You have to take
And
gravity into.
And before I forget to mention it, Justin, somebody did bring up in the chat the Chrome Dog plushie, man. You got to do that.
Right, and that's what I was saying. I saw it when it came through. I would, and at some point maybe, but the thing is, they're so expensive from what I
I know,
understand.
yeah.
Unless unless I can source.
You know somebody who can
Right.
make, like those
Right.
field pillow, like
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh.
mean, or a slam buddy.
Maybe I
Like
could put Mama Hawk
I
to
think
work.
I think I think I think I think it would be fun to have like a slam buddy
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Chrome Dog and
Oh,
some
yeah.
because you got to have you got to have the good guy and the bad guy.
Part
you
of
know.
your trailer or
Oh, yeah,
video
yeah,
that
yeah.
you could attach
And that-
is like two kids have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bad guy and the good guy, and then they're like mixing it up with their
Yeah.
buddies. Yeah, that would be
Yeah, for
awesome.
Yeah, I
Sure.
got the little mini Night Owl slam buddy thing from
okay.
Mark
Now,
Polton's last
Justin,
campaign.
I heard, not to bust you, but I mean, I did hear some criticism that, oh man, just of course you always have these people that say this stuff, but I just wanted to float this past you. They said, well, Justin could be doing so much better with this campaign if he just got out there and had more of a presence and where he would have been known before he launched, but he didn't do that. So what do you say to that? Were you kind of in the ether somewhere and people didn't know about you, or what?
I mean, I was in chats. I certainly could have had that bigger presence, and I also, I mean, full disclosure, I've had a lot going on in life, around me for the past month or so. So I haven't really been.
Right.
I mean, you guys, I'm sure you've noticed you haven't seen me around much.
Yeah,
and
Oh, I
so-
see you in the chat all the time. I
Well,
really
yeah,
appreciate it.
yeah. I mean, but
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I've just figured you're busy like the rest of us.
well, work. I mean, yeah, work really kind of shifted gears on me. So that was a big thing, and then some family things, and just basically needing to spend time, relationship management, as it were.
Yeah.
And so
I feel you, Justin.
being human. But yeah, no, I definitely could have that could have been a thing. I could have done a little more on the lead up, but at the same time, I mean, I think we've done, for someone who's come out of obscurity, I think we've done pretty good. And
Yeah.
and
I
it's really
mean,
cool to have the team that we have. I I really there mistakes were made, and and so this has all just been a learning experience, man. You don't really know how much things cost until you have to pay it. You know what I mean?
oh, sure. Yeah.
I never expected that to have so much trouble with getting good colors back. And then I also I wasn't sure early on whether or not I was going to go with Eric Weathers for letters. And then I
Nice.
decided to pull the trigger on that. And so he's actually right now, he's the ball's in his court for the first 10 pages. So the ash can is being relettered right now.
Oh, wow.
So
Now
I mean
this
that's
is your
yeah,
this is your first book, right?
yes,
Yeah. So it's a
And
big
bro, I mean,
learning.
and
It's a big
it
learning
is.
curve all the way around, isn't it?
It really is. But
Yeah.
but you're also delivering quality, dude. I mean, you've got Eric doing your letters. You get,
well,
you're
I
you're
mean,
you're not skimping on the important stuff. So
and Luke and Patrick are no slouches either.
no,
Neither is
no, they're
Aaron.
not. No, but I mean,
But
Eric is,
yeah,
he's the man. He's like
he
Kyle
is.
Ritter, basically.
And
It's like,
I really, I didn't zero in on how important letters could be until I got Blood Honey in my hands, and I actually cracked it open, as I was reading, I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to get him to do my letters. The way that
Yeah.
he,
oh yeah,
I think the most impressive letters that I saw were when he figured out the voice for Salamandroid, like that. I was like,
yeah.
and
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
dude,
really
yeah.
yeah.
curious what he's going to come up with for
It
Chrome
becomes
Dog.
a visual thing at that point, right?
It does, and
Yeah,
that's the
Yeah.
and that's the other thing. After seeing, you know, actually seeing the dream realized in the first 10-page ashcan that I've plastered everywhere. Okay, you guys, like, I've sent the link out. People can read it for free. They can either get it off of the campaigns, or they can get it in a link in chat. And I've gotten some feedback, back, of course, but I've also, like, had a chance to look at it and just really kind of, like, look over it every time I scroll down on the campaign. And I definitely could see where some of the language needed to be tightened up a little bit. Also, some changes to the voicing. I think I'm just kind of editing it on the fly, and so it's going to really put us in a good position for the next 22 pages for this book. I mean, and that's the other thing. Like, I need to hammer that home. I mean, this 10-page ashcan is like a quarter of the book, or I mean, not a quarter, but a third of the book. I mean, I'm giving it to you so you guys can see what we're up to.
Right, right. Yeah.
But the gear's gonna change once you get to page 11, and I can't wait to show more art. I definitely, that's the other thing that's really killing me, because I know if I had a killer, hot chick on the cover, if I had like
Yeah.
a variant cover,
Right, right.
it
Yeah.
would be doing a whole lot better. And there is a hot chick. I just haven't revealed her yet, in all her fullness, we'll say. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will, I'll leak this little tidbit. We have seen her, but we haven't seen her in all her glory yet. So we'll just
Right.
say that.
Right.
So,
Okay. I'm gonna have to think about this one.
It's amazing that sex sells. I guess Hollywood Land's
yeah,
known that
but,
for a
you
long
know,
It's
but-
time.
incredible, isn't it?
but
Hot
at the
chicks
same
sell
time,
stuff?
yeah, I mean, at the same time, I'm not gonna be cheesecake with it. It's gonna be more like, more of the, what, like the X-Men,
Kind of
maybe
like
like the Jean
Batgirl
Grey.
more. No,
Well,
well,
but
maybe
more
not so
Jean
much
Grey,
Batgirl,
not,
but,
yeah, more Jean Grey, not Psylocke. You know what I'm saying? Like, Psylocke is a little too far. More,
yeah, Psylocke's a little racy.
yeah, so, but
I mean,
But,
well, depending on your audience, like, I don't know. I started up,
Don't
reading
leave out
X-Men.
Storm Boys. She could be sensual too.
Oh,
well,
Storm.
she can't. No. Hey, I mean,
Storm was
100%.
beautiful,
But the thing is with
especially during
Storm,
the Claremont days.
Yeah, well, with Storm, you never, she was a mixed bag. Some people
Yeah.
they would throw her, they would make her scantily clad, and then others would, heck, they gave her a mohawk and dressed her up like a punker.
Right. She
Um,
Hmm.
became
Yeah.
like the head of the
I mean,
Molochs.
I don't know if you can see this, but I've got
Oh,
Luke's, I got a print on my wall right there that Luke did
is that is that
of that Storm. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Yeah, look at
that's
that.
that's her.
wow.
And then
Yeah.
close over there, I got Max
Ah,
versus
The
Pitt.
yeah, little
Max
But yeah,
backpack.
going up
this is
against
Hell yeah.
Pitt.
yeah, this is what this is kind of what I look at above my monitor when I'm in here writing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So,
Nice.
but
Oh,
yeah, Storm's definitely she's my favorite Marvel superhero heroine, if you will.
Yeah.
Followed by She-Hulk.
What do you think
Hands
about
down.
her
oh, dude,
getting
I loved
together with?
She-Hulk back in the day. What they've done to her lately is just a freaking
I don't even want to
abomination.
talk about that.
Yeah.
No,
What
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 An
do
what
you
abomination. It's
what do you think about her getting together with Black Panther?
I mean,
I
they
think
got married. They were supposed to get married in the
yeah, I
comics at
think they
one
got
time
married.
in the past,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
then
really? Oh, I missed
yeah,
that.
but the thing was, it was like they were going to get married, and then there was like a something crashed the wedding
It
or
was the
whatever.
Batman Catwoman thing, right? It was
Yeah.
clickbait, right?
I
To
mean,
get you to buy
or
all those
like
books.
it was, or kind of like the Scully and Mulder thing, because if you remember in
Yeah.
X Files,
Oh, dude.
they had those moments where it was like, are they gonna? No, they're not.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Right.
that was when all
Yeah.
that like shipping crap started, right? Like late 80s, early 90s, and people were like, "Oh, I just want these characters to get together and bang." What? When did this all start?
Right?
Yeah, I can't remember what movie it was, but the whole movie there was a man and a woman were the main thrust of the whole movie. It really, I think it was probably a sci-fi thing. I don't know, but it was, and the movie was pretty decent. Doesn't I mean, it was a little bit quality wise. It was above drive-in movie fare, but still,
Okay.
but whoever wrote that didn't have an ending. There was no. It was the story was told straightforward with the two characters, and there was no indication except one was a man and one was a woman that they would ever get together, or even liked each other in that way. And at the end of the movie, it's like we don't have an ending. Let's throw them in bed
Oh
together.
my
No,
gosh.
And so they had no build up, no even alluding to that in the whole movie. And it was just out of place. And I said, that just ruined this whole movie for me, because it's like,
yeah, because I mean,
you know, sex doesn't, you know,
I
I
mean,
mean,
yeah, sex sells, but you gotta use it in context, right?
yeah, I mean,
Well,
they had
all
no
those
build up to it.
in all those shows, especially like from the '80s, like Who's the Boss or
Oh God.
Moonlighting or like any type of like girl guy thing like that. Or what was Scarecrow and Mrs. King?
Oh
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
all those ones, like
Hunter.
the
Hunter was
okay,
one.
like as soon as
Hunter,
they
yeah.
get together,
Hmm.
then the audience loses total interest.
Yeah, the show's over.
The
Right.
show's
Yeah, yeah.
over.
Like
I
the
mean,
audience
I
So they
love,
gotta
totally
I,
keep
leaves after that
yeah,
point.
they
It's
gotta
like,
keep that carrot dangling each season, because if it's a
Yeah.
hit show, you know what I mean. They
Yeah.
don't want to end it. Like
Will
as
they
soon as
or
they get
won't
together
they?
too fast.
Yeah.
right, yeah. And
well,
I mean,
that's
I kind of get that dynamic,
It's
where you
it's
keep
really
people
soap
drawn
opera
in,
type stuff.
well.
Totally.
but
I mean, and having a little bit of that kind of stringing along a little bit, like in CSI. I don't know if you guys are CSI fans, but I before Ted Danson,
the
ruined the
original
show.
William Peterson show,
Yes,
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. I
So
was a big
like
CSI fan.
I
Love
was
William
like,
Peterson. Yeah.
I loved Gil Grissom and Sarah Seidel's, kind
Oh,
of
dude,
like,
I could never
but
stand her look though.
well,
Oh
but
God.
what I'm saying though is I loved that they were friends. Like he knew her, and in the pilot, he brings her on. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like he brings her on the team, because he knew her from school or like whatever. And then like later on, they develop this relationship, and it's kind of like, well, I don't really want that. I don't really want them to have a relationship. Can we not
Right.
do
No,
that?
yeah, I didn't.
You know, it
I
just,
didn't like that either. Yeah.
you know, I mean, yeah,
Well,
I get it that you
especially
wanted.
because I thought Bill Peterson could do way better than her, man. The gap tooth was
Well,
fucking
I
ugly.
mean, but I mean, narratively, they kind of needed. He wanted a break, and so in order to write him out of the show, he had to leave the shift because of
Right,
their,
right.
them fraternizing. So I mean, like, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, I kind of
Yeah,
liked
but
it
it,
when he had that relationship with the dominatrix chick. I thought that was kind of neat.
yeah,
Um,
that was pretty interesting actually.
yeah.
I kind of like I got into that storyline. It was it was a little out there.
Oh, another one you didn't mention, Ryan, was Beauty and the Beast with
Oh
Linda
yes,
Oh,
Hamilton
that was a good
Linda
one.
Hamilton. Oh my gosh,
and
and
Ron
Ron
Perlman.
Perlman. He was
Yeah.
a young man.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the old TV show. Holy shit,
Yeah,
I
he was.
forgot
He
all
was.
about that.
Yeah, he was a young man in that
Beauty
one.
and the Beast. Well, that was Disney,
No,
but
yeah,
anyway,
nice. You're
Well,
funny.
Ron Perlman never needed much makeup, so they
he
saved a lot of money there.
Ron
know that,
Perlman. The
right.
first time I saw him in anything was Quest for Fire.
Hmm.
Played a Neanderthal,
Yeah, exactly.
something like that. Yeah. But then the first time I saw Ringo Starr in anything live was
Caveman.
Caveman. Remember Caveman?
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, I
I don't
remember his
remember
look.
much when they cooked that egg, I think, and that was probably Ray Harryhausen type takeoff, but giant eggs and whatnot. But
Mhm.
they lit each other's farts. They were farting, and
Yeah.
yeah, in that Caveman movie, it was hilarious.
Well, that's like
Um,
Blazing Saddles, the old campfire scene where they're all eating the beans. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
can't
yeah.
make movies.
I
You
watched
can't
that
make movies
recently.
like that anymore. It's
I
people
watched
with
that
just lose
recently,
their
not the
mind.
whole movie, but just a clip of it. You know.
yeah, the that you were saying Ringo Starr. Like, I remember him on Shining Time Station. I thought that was a really cool part. And then he left the show, and then they brought George Carlin on. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
James
Wow, I
Carlin
don't
was
even know
ahead
that.
of
What
his time.
Shining Time Station? What was
Okay,
that?
so Shining Time Station was basically the U.S. Introduction on public television of Thomas the Tank Engine. So it was a way
Oh,
to
oh, oh.
bring, yeah, it was a way to bring over Thomas and friends, if you will, to kids, and so
Okay.
they kind of brought it over in
See, that
the
was
national public
I
television.
was between kids when Thomas became uh popular.
Yeah, well, and
So
that,
I never
but
had to buy any of those toys or anything.
But see, that
So
happened after. So Thomas didn't actually like stand on its own here in the states until later, until late '90s. So Shining Time Station was early '90s, late '80s, early '90s. So, but yeah. Anyway,
oh yeah, that's awesome. I
Justin
don't think I've
has
ever seen that.
totally dating myself there.
Justin
Well,
has a
dude, I remember
YouTube
I used
channel.
to come home after school and sit down and watch the Beatles cartoon on PBS because they would play them
Oh,
like
yeah.
at 3:30 in the afternoon
Oh,
every
yeah.
day. I used to love those Beatles cartoons.
Yeah. And yeah, that ran for a
And then
couple
they
years.
yeah, and they would play like the old Marvel stuff, like the where it was just
The
motion
Power
comics.
Hour.
Yeah, Thor and Hulk and stuff, where it was just like they would just turn the page and like zoom in on the sound effect. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, I used to love that crap. I ate it up when I was a kid, man. I didn't know animation could be better. I was just a little idiot going, "Oh, this is awesome."
Yeah, I threw the link in the chat for my YouTube channel because
Woohoo!
I
Yeah,
think
you need.
starting
41
next
subscribers,
week. Yeah, right.
10,
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
have.
haven't done anything.
10 videos. He's like, he's
Dude,
got
you haven't
10
done anything. You
videos.
already got 41 subscribers. Look at you,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, well,
cocky
but
bastard. No.
yeah, starting. I think starting next
Are you
week.
gonna live stream or what?
Yeah, starting next week. I think I'm gonna start doing live streams. I'm just gonna make
Oh,
a
awesome,
go
bro.
of
Justin,
it.
you're closing out. You want to squeeze that dollar out of everybody's pocketbook. You need to be streaming.
I
Besides
know,
this,
right? I know, and so that's
I
what
mean,
I plan on doing.
that was the
But
one criticism, is that Justin could be the 5K or whatever. He could be so much more if he had more of a presence. And
I know.
John Malin says that, build your channel, build
beating
your
the guy with
channel.
it,
You
you
know,
know?
he drives that. If there's one
Well-
thing I've heard, Malin's wrong about ham is greater than bacon, but he's right about building your channel, getting known, getting out
Well-
there. Because you think what a wake up call for me was my own book, and I would drop in a chat somewhere, say Bancroft or somewhere else, and they would go, "Oh, go sign up for Devil Flyer," which I had a very short sign up, less than 2 months for the ash can. So, and most mail ups are up there longer than that. So I can understand them not, knowing. But I said, no, man, it's
Right.
already in demand. And they said, oh, well, go back. That,
Yeah.
people don't know. You assume they know that we're all going to the same site. We're looking at Indiegogo, which that's changing now. Now we're going to Fund My Comic. But
But
Well-
see, that's something I wanted to say a while ago. See, and I was naive to think that people were just going to jump aboard Fund My Comic, and there are many people. I'm again, this is an assumption, but I understand the tendency, but a lot of folks they're pretty much want to stick with Indiegogo because they know it. So even though it's
Right.
got its dangers and its
Right.
snares here and there, they at least know what to expect. But when
Right.
with something new like Fund My Comic, they're a little more hesitant to go over there.
there'll
So
be a little
I-
hesitancy, but,
so if
it's
if I were
people-
to I mean, if I were to say, okay, well, once this campaign's over on Indiegogo, I'm done with Indiegogo from here on out. It's almost like I'm cutting off my nose to spite my face, or chopping
Yeah.
myself off at the knees.
Right, yeah,
insert
no,
metaphor
I
here.
get it.
We're gonna try it, and if nothing else, I'll do a second chance offer on Indiegogo. But you can always
And yeah.
do that, But
Well, I'm
And
running
I-
them concurrently.
I'm-
I'm on both.
Right, right.
so-
right,
Right.
yeah.
And I
But
love Luke
I'm gonna
and
I'm gonna
what
go
he,
balls
what he's
deep
trying
and
to do.
just launch Devil Flyer on April 30th and #1, and see what happens. See if people follow me over to that platform. The good thing is, I mean, what you don't see Justin now is the long list, and Luke says he hasn't released any names, but there's some big names building campaigns right now. Like mine's not up there yet because I'm still building it, but once it gets built and approved, everybody will be able to see what I've done and see me add to that campaign. That's pretty cool that you can put up the bare bones basic, get approved, and then add to your campaign, and before it launches, and people can see that campaign kind of develop, if
For
you're
sure.
still working on it. I kind of like that aspect of it.
Well,
But
and
he's got over 100 campaigns, people working on campaigns. So within a couple of months, he says, 2-3 months, you'll see, right now you get in, it's like you're trending, you're way up there because there's only like 18 or 19 campaigns. But when there's 100 or more,
Yeah.
it's
Well,
gonna be-
then what you do is you encourage people to actually like donate, to tip the website,
right.
and then that gets you in the top 4 or 5 slots. I can't remember.
All
which.
that money
Yeah,
goes to
which,
trending and the upkeep. Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't
that
know
all,
if
that all,
I really don't
that's-
know if
yeah.
I like that option or not, Justin.
Well, it's set to 0, so you don't have to do it.
Yeah, it's not.
And-
It's not an
no,
automatic
and
thing.
I get that, and I know, and like I said, I love Luke. I get what he's trying to do. I appreciate what he's trying to do for the whole community of indie comics, and I hope it succeeds. At the same time, I plan on backing as many people as I can on Fund My Comic, but
Yeah.
I'm almost 400 backings deep now since 2018 in CG and indie.
Wow.
And I've been, burned pretty hard a couple of times, bro. So it's like, overall, I've had a great experience. But
And
there
what's
have been a couple
incredible,
of
I've
bad
met
ones.
1 or 2 people that have backed more than Shadowhawk. It's amazing how.
Oh, bro,
not,
yeah,
not many.
There's
but-
there's a couple of guys out there that make me look like a piker.
Like a Packer, right? I mean, it's kind of humbling, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
they
dude,
must have some
I'm
deep
bumping up
wallet.
on 400. There's guys out there that look at me and go,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I haven't even got a chance. I don't. I need to go to Indiegogo and say, give me my whole history because I need to find
hell,
that
Rex, I
proof.
backed you like 8 times just by yourself, bro.
I mean,
Maybe 4, 5,
so,
maybe.
No,
so
I bought 3 the first time. No, I bought 2 the first time, 1 the
Well, now
second
you're
time.
talking books. You're not talking times back.
Well, okay, so 3 different backings, 8 books. I mean, come on.
Right. It was 3 or 4 times. Yeah. But
You
yeah, and
see how much
5
Rex loves
copies
me?
less. I don't know. Just, it's semantic. I appreciate all of it.
You know I love you, bro.
We've been talking behind the scenes. He's been kind of like, I've been running stuff past him. He's kind of been helping me with a little bit of editing. He is the bane of my existence. He knows that. Um, I actually
Luke?
came up. With the story that I'm going to draw, full size. On Bristol. Just like Mr. Professional. I have the idea, the concept for it, the actual story, and what story I'm going to tell. Don't know yet, but I know what the artistic look of it's going to be like Shadowhawk. So that's exciting. I was writing some notes and stuff down on
Very
that.
cool. Very cool.
Today's been
I can't wait to be the bane of your existence.
Yeah. But I'm special, Shadow. Kate says, so shush.
Oh, I love you, Kate. Shush.
On a Waffle
Kate.
House biscuit, ham is better than bacon. I'll concede to that, but he
Oh.
was saying all the way about that ham was better than bacon. I'm sorry, but bacon
Okay,
is like,
maybe on a biscuit, but on a Waffle House waffle, I would rather have the chopped up bacon bit.
ooh, chopped up bacon
yeah.
bits.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good stuff.
Let's face it, bacon makes so much things more better. It's almost like fried more better. That's not correct English. Anyway,
Apparently now the Waffle House is like Walmart. When you walk in there, you're taking your life in your hands.
here's the one I like. Me and my wife, or me and my kids. It's like, that's incorrect. Don't say that. But a lot of people do. It's like, are you illiterate? Do you not know English? And then I see these videos. How many moons do the Earth have?
Huh?
And those New York kids. Have you seen those tweets? And they're asking. I guess they're New York
How many
kids.
moons do you have?
They're so dumbed down. How many moons?
If you say it with a bad accent, I mean, it suddenly gets bad.
Mm-hmm.
People need to be more careful about their spelling. That's all I want.
Yeah. Well, let's watch Chrome Dog's.
Yes.
The
Hey, tailor made for choppy ass theater.
I know, right? Thank you. Appreciate the plug.
Only a choppy ass theater.
It's like a slideshow. Get your Viewmasters out. Chrome Dog Viewmasters.
I love
it. Dude, I want that perk now. Damn it.
You're going to have to change that ending when you send it over there to Fund My Comic, Ryan.
Oh, I already did. So if you go over to Fund My Comic and
Oh, yeah. You need to change mine. Mine still says only on Indiegogo. You need to change the ending to mine.
All I did was just I just remastered it. That's all I went in and I was like,
hey, while you're at it, Justin, put together a mailing list for Apex so he can launch his book.
Yeah. He has trouble with that. People have told him to do MailChimp, and that's what, Luke Now,
I love Brett,
I
man.
mean, you're going.
I'm waiting on this thing to launch.
How
Well,
did you get in with Arrow Comics, Justin?
I guess the first thing was I inadvertently got in with Luke, and it was all
Yeah,
just I approached him for character designs, and the next thing you know, he's pretty much saying that he wants to draw my book. So I'm like, okay, and then after a certain while and trials and tribulations with getting the first 10 pages done or whatnot, I backed the Long Shots campaign early, right? So this
yeah.
is before. I think this was probably around the time I was meeting Luke for the first time, as far as working with him. But I had heard about him being part of that Long Shots campaign, and it lit a fire under my butt, man. Like I felt so like I felt like I could at least try to do something. And so what I did was because I saw these creators and they got left holding the bag, and so they got all these issues that need to get sold, right? These floppies. I think it was
Yeah,
all told.
that was freaking
Yeah,
horrible.
all told was like 27,000 floppies that needed to get sold.
Yeah.
And so I just decided I was gonna try my hand at becoming a local distributor here, and so I've set up four spinner racks in different, one in each of different stores in my area,
Cool.
and I went and I bought, I purchased from each one of those creators a certain number of stock at wholesale, and then
Oh, that's awesome,
put
dude.
them on my racks, which I sold them to the the businesses. So I wasn't actually making any money off of the only money I was making was off the spinner rack, because I would buy it at wholesale and then be able to kind of upcharge the business owners. So like, and that money wasn't that much to
Right.
Would you give him like a rental fee on the spinner
no,
or
no.
something?
Well, it was just a setup. And so what's funny is only one of them am I really in charge of, and that's my local grocery store. So technically, like, that one's the one that's mine, even though they bought it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that manager, he's like, I don't have time for this, so you're gonna have to do this. And then
Yeah.
with it
Yeah.
being
That's
down the street,
awesome.
yeah, with it being down the street, that's fine, right?
As long
But
as you
Yeah.
maintain it, they want you to
well,
maintain
but
it.
what that's what's so funny. The others I didn't have that agreement with, but yet they see it as being my, it's
Yeah.
mine. So it's like,
Now,
okay,
all
well,
those had
Right.
to have
so guess what?
barcodes, right?
Chrome
Because
Dog,
they had to be able to scan them.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. And so with a combination of not only those comics but also Alterna Comics, again, I'm buying them at wholesale, selling them at virtually wholesale, so I'm not making any money. But I'm out there, I'm just hustling, man. I'm like getting
That's
it done. And,
awesome,
and
Justin.
if you go on, well, when I say I'm speaking in
Yeah.
the past. So
You are.
if you check out the shorts that I was making while I was doing that process, this was last year. I
Skid
think it was
marks?
about a year ago.
No.
Not me. Skid marks.
Short.
What the heck?
Short.
Short
Short.
Damn.
shorts
That
in the
that one took
on
a
my
while to
Stay
come
YouTube
on
back.
channel, man.
target.
The reason I have 41 the reason I have 41 subscribers because of all those shorts I did back then.
Oh
Um,
shit. That's
but yeah,
awesome.
you should check those out, because I mean that's the intensity of me, bursting into the scene before I even created my own comic. Like, I had this energy that was just, and I was becoming very unbearable to some of my family,
Oh,
because
dude, I gotta go back and watch it.
I just had so much enthusiasm, man, and so I had to curb it a little bit,
Oh, bro,
um,
my wife is
and well,
she.
it's kind of funny, like that 12-year-old just kind of like welled back up in me, I guess. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
in fact, I know the feeling, bro.
and so in all that, my hustle at the time was to help everyone else. So I was, and you can ask. There's several indie creators that they got a little annoyed at me, because I was asking them. I'm like, hey, how much to get wholesale of your books and this and that, so that I can, because I'm working with these other businesses, and I was looking at trying to get their books in there so they could sell them, and all I was trying to do was get the handshake between the creator and the business owner, right? So that
Yeah.
they could, order direct, because it's, again, I'm not taking anything off the top or any of that. I was just trying to get indie comics
That's one of
sold.
the most awesome, selfless like things that I've heard anybody do, Justin. I mean, that is cool. Where I mean, that's what we all need to do. You've come up
Well,
with it, I think.
and
Maybe
well
all
that's
go
but
out and
that's
order spinner racks, put them in your local shops where kids can find comics again. Of
that's I mean,
course,
and
these are more deluxe comics, right? So maybe we need to be doing cheaper comics like
well,
Alterna.
but that's
Well,
yeah,
that's why
right,
the Alternas
exactly.
will sell, man, because they're like what a $1.25 or $1.99 a piece or
Well,
Yep,
whatever.
yep.
I
Unless
mean, that's like that takes me back to the '80s of comic books.
yep,
yeah.
When I could still get a book for under $2, I was a happy cat, man.
Remember
exactly.
when comics were fun and
Um,
games? You remember that? The
Oh wow,
sort
Beast.
the
of.
beast.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm getting old, right? So I sort of
But
remember when comics were fun.
so in the midst of all of that, I think Randy kind of through Luke, I get this message, this DM from Luke one day, and he says, "Hey, do you want to be Arrow?" And I'm like, "What do you mean be Arrow?" And he says, "Do you want Chrome Dog to be an Arrow title?" And I says, yeah." I mean, yeah. So and so he says, "Well, it's yours, if you'd have, and of course I followed up with Randy, and he says, yeah, he says, man, it's yours if you want it." And I was like, okay, cool, here I am, here we are.
Oh
I found this at my local comic shop, Titan Mouse of Might, and Gary
Nice.
yeah.
Shipman, Indiegogo, because I backed him on Indiegogo, but I was
Mm,
surprised to see an Indiegogo at one of my local comic book shops. And
That's
this is
cool.
awesome
Cool.
stuff. They had it in the
Yeah.
kids' book, Blood Moon Comics, but he's got a barcode and he's got it in some stores. So that's what needs to happen. They need to have. You can do a cheaper version like this, cheaper. Uh, comics are expensive. I understand to print. This one was $4.99. Um, but definitely cheaper than the square bound. This is a stitch book. I don't know if I think it's got all the content the original did in it, but it that's what needs to happen, where kids or at least, younger collectors can find this stuff. I mean, maybe get in the Barnes and Noble stores or, other bookstores like that. Um,
Well,
I
and
don't know
that's
what, maybe a web comic, a free web comic or some digital stuff that has extra added content.
so
Mm,
what I am considering is I have at least two other, we'll say,
okay.
I have two other artists lined up in different avenues. But one of them is a kind of a childhood friend of mine, and he's just down to draw some comics. And so
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of doing with him is running some alternate line. Oh, I say alternate, some storylines of some other characters from Epsilon City,
Uh,
that are, it's all in black and white. Like that's, I want some black and white stories, and put
yeah.
those up on Global Comics, and then he and I just split down the middle everything. um I mean, I guess, to me that makes the most sense. That way I don't have to have anything up front. I'm just like, hey, this is our deal. We'll draw up everything and just be like, we'll split everything down the middle. And then the other
Right.
is Kevin McDougal, who is the artist for my 6-page story that's coming up in the Out of Obscurity anthology, which I don't know if many of you have heard of yet, but it's another Arrow, an Arrow book that's coming up. It's an anthology where a bunch of us creators are coming out of obscurity by selecting different public domain characters and writing stories with them. And so I've got a 6-pager in that, and Kevin McDougal is my artist there. And his son is actually doing the colors, and man, they both have done a phenomenal job. But his black and white work is amazing. Like, it is just, it's breathtaking. Just the way his shadows. I mean, anyway.
mhm.
So I would love to make physical books with him. Again, another character, not Chrome Dog. I want Chrome Dog to be full color
Right.
always, because I
Right.
think like for me he's that kind of hero.
It's
But
good that you recognize that there is some worthiness in black and white. I mean, it wasn't just
oh yeah,
technical innovation, but filmmakers keep going to black and white for certain things. I think film noir, maybe horror, works really well in that genre. You can look at Werewolf
well
by Night that Marvel came out with, and part of that was in sort of grayscale and black and white, wasn't it?
Or
yeah,
that top selling anime with
Yeah.
all the manga.
Yeah,
That's all black and white.
yeah,
oh
and
yeah.
and that's the most popular thing now. They say so.
And that's the most
Uh,
popular thing.
yeah.
I mean, and the thing,
So
the
let's
thing
all go
is,
new manga.
if you, no,
No.
not even, yeah, not even.
You know what you need to consider doing? A little side story, maybe an 8-pager, Justin.
What's
Do a
that?
Chrome Dog what if story.
But that's not, no, man. That's like multiverse. I'd rather tell a story that's a separate like
It,
episode of
it
his
could
life.
be a dream sequence, man.
Eh. I mean,
Ah,
if I do something like that, it may be an origin story or
really, you
something.
can't do a what if it's like multiverse. I mean, does that denote a multiverse? Because I hate multiverse. Really,
I mean,
that's an
but
easy out for writers. You know,
but
you
doing but
do
doing
all this setup, and they go, it wasn't real. That
yeah,
sucks.
exactly. And that's the thing. Like I want everything that happens with my characters to matter. So like even in the
Right.
six pager that I've cherry picked a public
True
domain character.
consequences to
He's
action.
he's actually I've taken this public domain character and I've redesigned him a little bit
Hmm.
to make him fit into my world. So he's actually going to be a hero that exists in my in the Ringgold verse. So it's gonna and the events that happen in the six pager, they're gonna matter because that's part of his story.
Right.
Now, do you have to read the six pages? No. It's a fun little. I mean, because it's six pages, right? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
you can cover a lot of ground in six pages, or you can cover
Sure.
a lot of action like I do.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely a balls to the wall action moment for sure.
I'm
But
amazed at how some Dillard is one of those that condense down like a 6-page story in 4 pages. I mean, he's just very economical with his panel work, and it's amazing what how much story he can tell on a page without it
for sure.
looking crowded. You know.
Well, and that's I'm trying to study. I tell you right now, people can laugh at me. I don't care, but I'm studying Garth Ennis right now. I just
Uh huh.
recently bought again. I had it before, but I bought this book, which I hate this cover. I just have to tell you. Okay, it's
I think I had that. Well,
yeah.
you know
So
that
okay. I love the cover, and then
right.
there's this. It's like the
Yeah,
design
Hmm.
is crap.
that
Okay,
ruins it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had this in hardcover so many years ago before the purge,
Right.
um, and the one that I had such an awesome Tim Bradstreet cover, and it didn't have
Yeah.
this letter. Bleh.
No,
And he
Anyway,
worked. He works from
that trade
photos
dress
for
is
that, but
terrible, dude. That's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
Tim Bradstreet for sure.
oh,
But what I'm studying
so
is
you
how
prefer
much.
the new Punisher emblem and the new Punisher?
No, come on now. No, 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 no. Right here, baby. You see that right
Oh,
there? You see that
ah,
right there?
wait a
Okay,
minute.
that's the Punisher. Okay, and while
Oh,
and while we're at it, okay,
uh-huh,
here's
uh-huh.
another. Here's a tour. Okay,
Oh wow,
you're,
it's
you're
like
seeing it.
Ghost
Yeah.
Rider Punisher.
Well, it's Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and the Punisher. All three they teamed up for a book called Hearts of
Oh
Darkness.
yeah,
yep,
yeah.
I got that.
Yeah, I've got it right over here.
That
I'd have
was a
to reach
two-parter,
for
wasn't
it,
it?
but yeah. The second part sucked. I didn't like it.
Yeah, the
Dark
second
Dark
part wasn't.
Designs. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like or the Dark Design or whatever. But anyway,
Hmm.
so what I'm doing in this book is I'm studying
Yeah.
how they like, especially like even in this first part right here. I mean, how many panels it took and
Right.
like how much story and just how it reads. I mean, and then like different action sequences. I mean, this stuff. I mean, it's just how everything's done, and not to mention they're kind of pulling punches when it comes to the level of gore, and I'm paying attention to that because
Yeah.
while this is a little more adult themed than how I want Chrome Dog to be in his books, I'm definitely kind of keen on looking into that. At least that style, because I really
Yeah.
like off-screen violence. Hold on, let me see. There's
Yeah.
Well, I really kind of dig Justin that Chrome Dog is,
Yeah, here we go.
he's a CG werewolf, but he's kind of cute. He doesn't
Yeah, right.
look like he would just jack you up automatically.
Well, but that what's so funny, that shell or that body that he lives in,
Right.
it was designed to be a killing machine like Wolverine. Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
And
So he looks all cute and
yeah.
cuddly, but
So yeah, so
I
right
love it,
here,
dude.
so right here, you see there's violence happening, and you
Oh, yeah.
see over here, you see the sound effects,
Yeah.
and you see the after effects, right? And you see
Right.
blackness. It's
Right.
not red, and whatever, but just this, like everything happens off screen, but he
Mhm.
murdered a guy.
Color is
But dude, I
helping
mean, that's like Alfred
tell
Hitchcock.
the story.
Yes.
You
Yes.
never saw the knife actually hit the girl in the shower. You heard sound effects. You saw
Hey,
the motion.
Lorenzo.
But
And I mean,
you know,
and speaking of that, I mean that's a good point. I watched the movie Nope. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's the
oh,
horror
dude,
movie,
I saw that one. That was
Jordan
actually
Peele.
pretty good.
Man, I think he really he went back. It feels like he studied Alfred Hitchcock because there's so much
Hey,
violence
Lorenzo.
that is off of the screen. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know the stuff that happened, but you don't actually have to see it, and I like that. I really, when I tell stories, I want to make sure that I'm actually like I want the reader to connect the dots on their own. And so, like, if you're not old enough to really know what's going on, you're not going to really get it. But when you are, it's like, I get what's happening here. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, the funny thing about that one too, Justin, was like I read the concept. They give you like the little paragraph or whatever. The description. Oh,
Right.
blah blah blah. And I was like, sounds like it's gonna be an SJW fest full of messages about global warming and this that and the other. And I watched it, and it actually turned out to be a pretty good movie, dude. I was shocked.
Well, but it does the one thing that modern horror, and I don't mean to be I don't know. I guess it could be a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't like that modern horror. They've gotten us away from this moment of despair, and it's like when the movie's over, you're not left with this longingness for because you're just like oh, the killer comes back, or oh, this or that. There's an actual like resolution, and
Yeah.
good triumphs over evil instead of, because in horror movies usually good still evil still conquers, right, and it leaves
Right.
you with despair. But nope.
But usually, like at the end of the movie, like in the old Hammer films and everything, right? Right, Dracula was defeated at the end, but you knew damn well he was gonna come back somehow.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it was like,
Now we were talking X-Men earlier. This is something Ethan posted. This is an
Yeah.
X-Men, and we have to get our lizard representation for
oh
Lorenzo.
yeah, dude, this is
A little
back in
Sauron.
yeah.
So I don't know who colored that, but I like the backlighting and everything.
I didn't even know Ethan did that piece.
But that's Ethan's a commission he did back in the day. Yeah,
Wow.
because he
That's
drew
cool.
some X-Men. Yeah,
Yeah, he was on X-Men for a little while, and he pissed him off.
wasn't it called the New X-Men though? The title he was
Yeah.
on.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that cat, man. The way they did Beast back then, I didn't like him.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
dude,
like.
yeah, they messed
I
that.
was
him
like,
up.
what is
He-
this?
He was
No.
What
terrible.
is this? This, and if I remember correctly,
The Beast.
right.
That's how he looks. Come
If
on.
I remember right, there was a Batman animated series. I think it was a two-parter show, and it was like they kind of did this Doctor of was it Island of Dr. Moreau kind of storyline, and they had this one character who was this just big burly cat guy, and that, you know, seeing that version of Beast, I'm like, it felt like that character. It wasn't the Beast that I knew.
No,
Yeah,
Well,
and I think Joss Whedon had a hand in that. I
always
that line.
looked at maybe Frank Quietly too, but I always looked at the Beast as more simian, as you know, gorilla
Exactly.
or something. You know,
Exactly. Yep.
you know, not.
I mean,
not
even
cat.
before he turned blue, you know, way back in the day, he was
Adventure,
very much. He had hands on his feet.
Amazing Adventures, and he was
Yep.
gray gray fur when he first came out. Probably Tom Sutton artwork. At least one of those Amazing Adventures had a where he's going up against the Jargonaut with other heroes on the cover, was a Jim Starlin cover. But those are definitely worth checking out. But the Beast turned out gray like the Hulk did originally in the first issue. The Beast now uses a litter box. Yeah, probably.
That's
Don't
funny.
remind me. I don't like the cat look. It's
Well,
you know.
do we know if he ever hawked up a hairball in the comics?
Maybe while hanging upside down in the danger room, the fur ball that saved the day.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, maybe it was the fur ball that hit the villain in the face and saved the day. You know, when he hacked it up. I don't know.
Maybe that could have been an alternate storyline where it was kind of like the Tribbles, you know, Trouble with Tribbles.
I have always Beast is my favorite character of all time, Justin. And the one time that I had a chance to talk to Stan Lee, I asked him this. I said, why did Beast lose his hair? And he turned around to, I think it was Tom DeFalco or Roger Stern. I think it was Tom DeFalco maybe, and he said, "The Beast is what? The Beast is bald now." And you know, that's when I figured out that Stan Lee doesn't know what's going on at Marvel anymore. You know, really. And you know, but that's when he was in X Factor, because remember when he was in X Factor, he lost his hair and went back to the original Beast look. And then they messed with him more and dumbed him down. He lost his intellect. And they did that What If story where he got infected by some kind of virus X or something. They had a Thing and Beast, two stories in that. He became savage. He actually became a beast, and he had to go to the Savage Land and live with Kazar and Zabu, his saber-toothed tiger sidekick in the Savage Land, because he couldn't be around civilization because he become feral. That was a pretty interesting story, but they were always messing with the beast. And so I really appreciate when, like George Perez, he always put him up front and center. You could tell that was one of his favorite characters to draw. And not only him, but other artists. He's a fun character. He's very unique.
How did you feel when he was when Kelsey Grammer was cast as the Beast?
Oh,
hey, I love it. I loved it a lot.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
was just glad that they put the Beast in the book.
I like his interpretation. You know, his speaking role of the character.
Yeah.
I am Fraser.
Yeah, the actual like digital Beast on the screen was. I was.
Yeah, it was a missed opportunity. It was kind of like when they introduced Venom in the third Spider-Man movie, Tobey Maguire years. You know, it's like, why do you jump 20 years ahead? And because I know why. Why not give, like they did recently in the last few years, Venom his own movie? Why do you have to screw with something that's? It's the executives, though. I know. You know. I know.
Well, Sam
Raimi did. I'll tell you why, Russ.
Now
Look at how much money Venom made on 2 movies. and look how much money Spider-Man has made in, I don't know, 9 movies or whatever it is at this point. Venom is just never going to be as popular as Spider-Man.
Did you
So-
like that? Did you like that mashup? I thought it was pretty good when they brought back Tobey Maguire and the other 2 Spider-Men.
Oh yeah,
They-
the last one? Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
They-
I was actually surprised. I thought that was fairly well done. It was a lot of fan service.
What do
man.
you
There
think,
was a lot-
Justin?
There was a lot
They-
of knee pads going
They
on.
had me.
You know?
They had me all the way up until Jamie Foxx's version of Electro.
Oh God, I hated that.
mentions the lack of a black Spider-Man, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
come on, because here's the rub, okay, and people are going to get mad at me, and I don't really care, but we still don't have a black Spider-Man, okay?
No,
Yeah,
Miles
we're not gonna
Morales
get
is
mad at you.
Mexican,
We'll
right?
just kick you here, Justin. Go ahead, bro.
But no,
I'm sorry.
we don't have a black Spider-Man. We have a mixed Spider-Man, and and it's important to draw that distinction because there are people that matters to. Okay, it's not just boxes to check here.
Right.
Well, everybody wants their representation these days.
Well,
Justin.
but that's the thing. They tried to represent 2 boxes at the same time, and
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
one of those things where you can have that reputation, right? But that representation, but you need to be a little more selective about the origins of that character. And I really think if they would have written it a little bit better, they could have come up with some other way to bring him in. Like, I don't know, if Prowler is his uncle, right? Then why can't Prowler's sister or whatever? Why can't that be his mom? And then
Isn't
him have
Prowler black in the
exactly,
Yeah.
right?
You don't really
And so-
know because you have a mask. That's why Spider-Man is the number one most important. I mean, even bigger than Superman or Batman, I think, because he puts the mask on. You could be anybody: white, brown, yellow, green. It doesn't matter.
Well, and that's
everybody
and the
identifies
other,
as Spidey.
Well, the other thing too, and I think it gets lost is representation. Like, a superhero represents
Take care, Kate.
one person. Okay, every superhero represents
Same
one
here.
person, and that is themselves. Okay, so like,
Right.
I mean, that's like me. I represent me. I can't represent you. Like, I'm not your lawyer. The only
Right.
people that get representation,
That's a good line.
I mean, it's yeah.
I'm not your lawyer.
yeah. It's
Write it down. You'll forget it.
That's the thing. Like, when you seek representation, you turn people into just a piece of what they could be or what they are, and it's like, no, like, Captain America is he represents himself just like Falcon. Falcon represents himself. There's only one Sam Wilson.
I love the Falcon as a character in the 70s.
Yes,
As a young white child, I fucking was attracted to the
Exactly.
Falcon right off the bat, dude. I
Yeah,
love
that-
fucking Sam Jones.
Me too, man. You mean
What
Sam
the
Wilson?
Fuck.
Haters
Sam
gonna
Wilson,
hate
I'm
that
sorry.
a lot.
But and Blade, I love Blade.
Yes.
I mean, dude, I like all these guys, and then 10 years later, I'm getting this shit thrown in my face, like, oh, you're some kind of racist. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
I've
You know
been
how
fans
every
of these
racist
guys
joke
from day
starts,
one.
Shaha?
Huh?
Do you know how
Listen.
every racist joke starts? Like this.
Yeah, I got a black buddy of mine.
Oh yeah, that's right. Very good. I love
Gentlemen,
that.
I gotta go.
All right.
So I'll see you
Hey,
tomorrow.
Ryan, thanks for coming in.
I'll see you
Love you,
tomorrow,
Ryan.
Justin.
Hey,
It's good
Come
meeting
by,
you.
hang out, right?
close out stream. Yes, sir.
Close it out.
We got you, bro. Don't forget, Rex.
God bless
Congrats,
you guys. God
man.
bless TG. Thank you so much. I'm with you too, dude. Like, I'm the same way. Like, to be coming out of obscurity, I couldn't, be happier or can't complain. Like, I'm
Yeah.
right there with you.
Yeah.
Now you
I couldn't be
can't
happier. I'm
do
super stoked.
you can't do the late night thing, right? Like at midnight or something, right? So
Yeah,
you're-
that would be
you're-
great.
Okay, well, your campaign ends at 3, so because they all end at 3 a.m. You know, Justin's is
Right.
going to
Yeah.
end at the same time. So,
So
uh,
you only have
Start
like a
as late
3-hour
as
window.
possible.
So.
hey man, both of you are invited. You know, we'll do a double
Oh yeah,
closeout.
shit,
I don't
yeah.
think that's
Justin,
ever
pop
been
in
done.
That
too,
would be
bro.
awesome.
You know, we'll
We'll
just
do a double
jump from
closeout. Yeah.
campaign to campaign and
I
have a
mean,
good time.
and
Hell
what
yeah.
time? What time should we show up?
Hey, you know,
We're
11. You know, hey man, I'm a stream
hey,
master. It don't matter. You know,
we're here every day at 4 p.m. Central. So
yeah.
anytime you guys want to jump on, if Rex ain't ready, fuck it, we'll take it to
No,
my
I'm
chat.
not going from
We'll hang out
4
over
to
there.
3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'll
Well,
be.
no,
I'll
dude,
be.
I'm only gonna be able to go till like 10 or 11. That's my
Yeah, he'll
normal
dip
bedtime.
out at 11 and go to bed, and then I'm
I'll be.
sleeping.
Yeah.
I'll be coming off of a John Wick high, so I'm. Yeah, let's do
Oh,
it.
What
nice,
works for
bro.
you?
I haven't
What
seen
works
it
for
yet.
I'm
you
going to
two
see it
guys?
the second time tomorrow with
What
my
works
wife.
for you
So
two guys?
second
Somewhere
time, dude,
around
sorry.
11:30.
it's good.
Or
It's so good.
tomorrow.
But yeah.
They've all been good so far, man. I'm so happy
So
with those movies.
I mean,
You
I
say
don't know.
11:30
Yeah, somewhere around 11:30 or whatever.
Eastern or
Central.
Well, I see it'd be Central
Okay.
my time.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, when does
I'll,
they all end at Eastern, right?
Mhm.
Yes, I think
I
they
think
all end
so.
on
So
East Coast.
it'll actually
3
be
a.m. East Coast. So
yeah, actually that'll
that
be
may actually
for
cut
us
down
it'll
our
be an
time.
hour ahead of time. So yeah, it'll end even sooner. Yeah.
Man.
All right, guys.
Where's
Thank
our
you.
time
Whatever
See
y'all
ya.
is
can
I'll see you
do.
later.
Whatever y'all can
Yeah,
do.
we'll figure it out.
Start,
See you,
I'll
Ryan.
start streaming and y'all guys show up, you know.
All right, fellas.
We'll do a
We'll
double
see you tomorrow.
closeout for you guys.
Hey, well,
I don't think that's ever been done. A double closeout.
I don't know. I mean, we might be the first, right?
We might just be insane
So you're
enough to try
saying
it.
so it didn't matter what time I started because I because we started it.
I don't think it does. I think all
No, yeah.
the campaigns end at 3 a.m. Eastern
Mhm.
time.
When you
Yeah.
like, if you did 30 and then you're gonna renew and do another 30, like at the end of that 30 at 3 a.m.
Which
if you
campaign, Lorenzo? Which
yeah, if you
campaign?
haven't hit the renew it button or whatever,
It
then
really doesn't matter
they'll drop
because
you. Malin
like
did that shit to himself on Graveyard Shift 3, dude. He was
I
fucking
launched
around.
I launched at 10
Or no, Godlike,
a.m.
I think it was.
I launched on Apex's Comics channel at 10 a.m. and so it gave me 30 plus days. You know,
Oh yeah,
so
because you were actually ahead
you
of
could
the.
launch it at 3. You could probably launch it at 3 a.m. in the morning and get a whole nother day added onto your campaign
Oh,
because they
that's a
all
good
end
idea,
at
right?
3 a.m. in the morning. So if you wanted to
I
actually
mean,
launch it at 3 a.m., they put that time on.
so
You
so
have actually 30 plus days at that point.
but you're saying 3 a.m. That'd be 3 a.m. Eastern, which is 12
Right.
midnight Pacific.
right.
Right.
So, are you
Right.
Pacific, Justin?
No, I'm Central.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
Central.
we're
Okay,
So-
so that would
We're
be
all-
with
what?
us being
2
Central, with
It
us
would be
being
2
Central,
o'clock, I
it
think.
would be 10:30
Yeah, for Ryan, he's West Coast. So
or yeah,
he's
2 a.m. Oh God.
Yeah,
Oh,
Are
2
is it-
a.m.
Are y'all seriously
Central.
wanting us to stay? No, I think he mentioned.
Oh, Chrome
Central, I
Dog.
don't know.
Yeah, I'll drop the link for it.
Oh yeah,
I've
sorry.
still got it pulled up here.
All right, and
failing
Justin,
over her.
I'm gonna make myself sound like an idiot here because I've probably asked you this once already, but
Okay.
I've had so much shit going on lately that my mind
No
is just scrambled
no-
eggs.
No worries.
So did you get sucked into the whole shoot, what's the name of that stupid store that was supposed to put all your books out?
Oh, Spencer's?
Spencer's deal. Were you part of that?
No,
When
no.
okay.
But when they brought the campaign to Indiegogo, see, I didn't realize that they did
Oh
one
yeah,
on
no, I
Kickstarter.
supported it. I was just
But yeah,
thinking that maybe
yeah.
I had already got your first book and didn't know it.
No,
Because,
no. No, I
dude,
wasn't.
I
So so I mean, what it boiled down to was so you got Arrow, right? So Arrow had two books wrapped up in that. One of them was Luke's,
Hmm.
which was hybrids, and then the other was well, I say two. Let's see. Well, we had it was HeroBot Zero, and yeah, and hybrids. I think
Hybrid, yeah.
I think it was only the two. Oh no, Revolt. Yeah, the Revolt number one was in it. So
Oh
there
yeah,
was
I forgot about
three
that one.
titles,
Okay.
and that was that whole ordeal just totally inspired me, man. And I and then also the fact that Randy was like, because of all that, man, he was ready to just throw in the towel, and here he was gonna revitalize the brand.
Yeah, and that's why I was asking you, because I kind of feel bad because I ended up backing that long shots campaign, when they came out after everything happened, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it was what, 7 titles or whatever it was,
It was
and I
actually 9 books.
was it 9? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. I backed it at the highest tier because I was just pissed. I was like, I can't believe these guys have been fucked like this.
Yep.
And I've never had a chance to sit down and read them yet, dude.
Oh
I'm
man.
so stacked up on back issues. It's crazy.
No, it's. I mean, yeah, they're all great books, and each in their own way, man. Um,
Justin,
Oh,
it's not letting me copy it. Can
oh,
you
that's
drop
fine.
your link for
Oh shoot,
Lorenzo?
man, I'll throw everything in
and,
there.
and I have
Okay.
I'm
sent,
gonna hit you with I'm
you
gonna
know,
hit everybody up with all
Well,
kind of
now
links.
Lorenzo's already put
I
the Fund
backed
My Comic
hybrids
link
and,
there.
a
Yeah,
bunch
that's
of those
fine.
guys again since then as well. So
I just gotta get back into the.
Yeah, that Only Death Can Save Us. That looks like an awesome
Yes.
book.
oh,
That's
dude,
Oh
that
my
was
one
a
that
great
gosh.
book.
I've
I
got to get
know it's
that.
he wants to bring that Bronze Age sensibility back to comics, and I love that. That's my jam. Part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, great book, good story, man. Fucking
It's just paying that shipping from the UK.
yeah,
oh, dude,
exactly.
that's a killer, man.
It
Oh,
hurts. I know.
I know. I'm waiting on my new piece from Peter to get here, dude. I can't wait. Uh, I got a Peter Gilmore piece coming from England, man. I paid out the nose for the shipping on that thing.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to
Well,
refigure my title tomorrow because I already have tomorrow's show set up, but not
well,
really. I mean,
Oh,
we could
dude,
do
what?
the 4 o'clock shadow and then set up
so
And
one
what?
later in the afternoon
well,
for
it'd have to be like, so. Okay, so
in the
I'm
evening.
going. Yeah, it'll be. So our showtime is, I think, 3:30, and it's a 3 hour long movie. So I won't be back home until probably
Right,
about 7 or 8 Central.
right.
Okay,
So
Well, I
yeah.
mean,
cool.
how long do you want this closeout party to be?
I can't go the whole time. I don't think. I mean, gosh,
Right.
I'm so
Yeah.
damn
Yeah,
old.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
see the
not
gray in
easy
this
when you get.
beard? And I ain't ever dyeing it,
Well,
so
now
y'all can
that
forget
that
that.
that could be,
Oh, and
that could be a thing.
by the way, no hair. So I remember last
Well,
time you were
That
making fun of me for not having any hair. So it was like, yeah, last
right.
night I shaved it
All
all
right.
that I
There you
like
did
a
go.
have off.
baby's
So
foot.
Well, Justin, that's a good point. I mean, so you both get some pretty good airtime. You could come in earlier because you're Central Time and he's Western Time. So actually,
yeah,
we could start
pass
a
the
closeout
baton.
party.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
actually, we could start Justin's before Ryan's technically, because
yeah.
And
Ryan's like, he's back in the
yeah,
time zone somewhere.
right.
So
Yeah, usually I'm on topic lists and I want to keep that
normally I
going.
hate time travel, but every now and again it comes.
Yeah. So do you have a time that you'd like to you know, come in? That's good for you?
Seems like
I'm
close to 8.
flexible.
Yeah, close to
8.
8?
8 p.m.
Eight.
sounds,
Okay.
Central. 8
All
8
right. Well, I'll
Central.
set it up for 8 and then we'll just go from 8 to whenever. Ryan will join us
Would
when he
you
can.
rather have a little cushion, Ryan? Do 8:30 or is 8 good?
Um,
I mean, you want to have a little
so
time
if I
to
go,
unwind when you get home and shit before you jump on stream.
yeah, you might want to make it 8:30.
8:30?
Alright,
Okay.
Good
yeah.
All
call.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good call.
Dude, I
Yeah.
know the feeling. I come home from work every day and I got
Well,
5 minutes.
yeah, I got to think about also the the travel, because I think we're going to Nashville and then we got to come back, and it's about, depending on traffic, could be 30 to 45 minutes on the way back.
Right. Yeah.
So
Good one. Bring it up again and we'll vote on it.
yeah,
There
right.
you go.
I'm actually I'm tickled pink
Dude,
to
I haven't heard
have a
that since
decent.
like junior high school, Rex. What the hell?
I say it every day, Shadow. You just don't remember.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that'll be fun. That'll be
I
fun.
mean,
We'll
I
have some
hang out with you
closeout
for like
parties.
6 hours a day. I have to.
Hey, that's your fault.
All right, Kate says pause. She
I,
wants me to slow
I'm a
down.
glutton for punishment.
No.
Dad.
Well, I'll tell you. Hold on. Maybe I can find this Hearts of Darkness just to show.
I like it. Were you buckled in? That almost looked like you were like you were in the millennial, like you were in the middle.
He
A
wants to
millennial,
make sure he doesn't pull a Kelsey Shannon one day and
Oh,
swallow.
no.
millennial Falcon. Like where they had to strap themselves in.
Right. Strap in.
Strap in.
Don't get
strap
cocky,
on.
kid.
Better strap on.
Don't get penisy. um, man, I don't know if I can
Oh,
find
shit.
it.
Sorry, dude.
Lorenzo says Horror Mike was on my recent variety show discussing AI. Frank Vazetta, Heavy Metal Magazine, etc. etc.
Okay, well, I got one question for you, Horror Mike. Where the fuck have you been? Because we haven't seen you on the Shadow in a while, my friend.
Not
And
even
I watch
once to
I
say
watch your
hi.
show every week. I'm in your chat. I watch
Well,
it every
ask
week.
him in the chat. Where have you been? We miss
I'm
you.
asking
Don't
him
you
right
come back?
now. Where are you at, Mike?
Well, if
Bring your
he's
ass
not
back.
watching it, it won't matter. You get my point?
Somebody will tell him, right? That's why we have trolls on the internet.
I doubt it. Anyway, next time when you're in the chat, ask him
Bullshit.
that
You can't
question.
say a word without somebody repeating it.
We had a blast, Lorenzo said. Carrie says, don't get him started, Rex. Has already talked about strap on this week, Justin. I'm still
I didn't even know you were
recovering
still here.
from the Oh, yeah, look at that.
Hail, Carrie.
Hold out cover.
Oh, dude, look at that.
I
That
mean,
first
and
issue is
technically, hold on, it's quadriptic, so
Is
it's
that John Romita Jr. cover?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all him. Yeah.
Is that Blackheart?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mephisto's son?
Yeah. This is actually when he's born. Basically, that's the way they described it.
Yeah, it's kind of like his origin.
So
that's
where.
tattoo.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where I got the
That's your leg
tattoo.
tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it
Yeah,
for
that's
I've had it for
freaking
21
awesome.
years. That was
Really?
that was the
Yeah,
last one I
dude.
got when I was in the military.
But
Yeah.
Justin is totally right, dude. That first issue was amazing. The
Now, what
second
branch
issue
of
was
service were
just
you in,
like,
Justin?
I was in the Army.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He
And
was a
then I
grunt,
May I
like
call
my
you?
bro.
May I call you? Oh, I love the coloring on that cover. I
Yeah,
have
really.
that one, and
Yeah.
it is so
It's
so
great.
uniquely colored. I don't know
Well-
what it is, but I
And
had to have it when I saw that. That is.
See, I want to collect all these
Is that
magazines.
Bo
man.
Hampton? Is that Bo Hampton artwork? What? I mean, on the cover, or
Yeah, let me see.
it's a wonderful
it'll tell
cover.
you.
The coloring. Oh,
It's
Oh,
Larry,
yeah,
it's Larry Stroman and Frank Sirocco or Sriracho.
okay.
Sriracho.
Show the
No
cover
shit,
because the
that's a
cover is very
Stroman cover?
nice.
Right there, that's the name.
Wow.
The cover, Justin.
Yeah, I know. I was just showing.
Yeah.
Showing
Yeah,
the
look
names.
at the cover. It is so.
No
I-
shit,
I-
dude. I would have never fucking picked Strowman, like, off the top of my head. Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either. Yeah.
The coloring is great, though. You're
Oh, the
absolutely
coloring
right.
on
Right.
that cover just
Yeah.
really captured me.
I dig
There's
it.
something
Yeah.
unique about that piece.
See, and this
I
is
like that it's
what
wraparound.
we've been talking about for a long
Oh, yeah.
time. is
Yeah.
A lot of colorists nowadays tend
What
to
was
get
the
too
original
muddy.
price on that, Justin? I forget. $5.95 maybe.
It's $4.95 US, $6.25
Okay.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Ooh, ow.
And what year did that come out? Early 90s,
Um,
91 maybe.
89.
Oh,
That's
89.
not
Well, I wasn't that
bad.
far off. Yeah.
And then I got this.
Oh,
I
yeah. Tim
I
Oh
Sale.
yeah.
a while back I was trying to sell it on eBay and nobody was taking what I was trying to sell it for. So I'm like, you know what, I'm
Right.
gonna keep this thing because
Yeah.
it's worth studying. It's
And
worth
oh
just
yeah,
looking looking
Tim
at, and
Tim Sale
it's an
passed
All right,
away
info.
last
Justin,
year.
I'm gonna clue you in on a little something, bro.
It's a,
All those Marvel graphic novels and shit now.
yeah,
You can pick them up for next to nothing at
I
Ollie's
know.
on the yeah. So
Oh, I know.
I don't have an
nobody.
I
Ollie
know.
stuff.
But yeah, hey, I had one
I
that
mean,
was
unless you got like a first print or something,
yeah.
Or signed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nobody's
Yeah,
buying
it was
those anymore.
it was one of the Nocenti it was Nocenti and
Oh,
John
I love
Romita
that
Jr.
Vicente, man.
But it was the run
I always want to play
where he
doctors and nurses.
where he leaves the let's see, Matt Murdock leaves the city or whatever, and so he's out traveling the country and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Um, and uh, and so and that one, it collected a bunch of issues. I can't remember the name of it. It was like Lone Justice or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And the cover it's a picture of Daredevil holding up a noose for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
and so I wound up selling that sucker on eBay for 25 cents.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Yeah. You're
And
lucky if
then
you get your shipping money.
and Thunderbolts, right? I had a really cool. I say cool, like the character designs are really cool in that run. But it was the one that
Hmm.
had the Punisher, in the mix for a little while. And anyway, Bunny bought that from me because it has. He's a big Red Hulk fan. Don't tell him I told you, but
Yeah. Did you like? Oh, I knew that. I think. Did you like Punisher 2099?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Jake Gallows, I think is his name.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was
The
interesting.
silver tip boots threw me off, though. You know.
Well, the one that I want to go back and read is Doom 2099.
Mm.
Um,
Oh
and
man, I keep hearing
and
really good
I
things
will
about that.
I will say Daredevil 2099 is not that great. Um,
No, they
because
were.
the character sucks, and what it is it's Wilson Fisk's grandson, right? And
becomes Daredevil.
he becomes Daredevil,
Huh.
but he becomes Daredevil with machines. So like he has a suit
Uh-huh.
that helps him do
Enhancement.
stuff. So it's very
Right.
like
So
I'm almost like Iron Man kind of thing.
you're right.
Now,
So
But
is
he's
he
more like Iron
fighting?
Man.
Is he fighting Kingpin?
no,
His
because
grandfather?
Kingpin, no, because his grandfather's dead and gone.
Oh, okay.
But
Wait,
but what he
I
Now,
mean,
does,
see, that
but
would have been
that's the
interesting.
thing, right? So, but the thing, he's not a very redeemable character. He's not a hero, right? He's worse than an anti-hero. Like he's a villain that pretends to be a hero. It's really weird, or vice versa. He's like a hero that pretends to be a villain, and it
right,
just
right. Yeah.
I can't connect with him, man. I'm just like this is crap.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
just.
I can't go there.
Well, see, here's the thing that killed me too recently with all the Batman stuff, and it does make sense, okay? Because he's a billionaire, vigilante with, you know, endless funds. He can make whatever gadgets and all that shit he wants to, right? He's got the best computers. He's the world's best detective. So it kind of makes sense that he would start armoring himself up at some point
Right.
so that he could, because he's just a normal dude. He's not super powered.
Exactly.
Well, that's kind of
So
like
he,
Greg Levitri. He wants
but at the same
everything
time, dude, once
armored
you
up
start crossing that line, now Batman's not Batman anymore. Now Batman's
right.
fucking becoming Iron Man. And now you've crossed the line. I just can't get into it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's so on maybe that's why I like this Garth Ennis run so good, so well. I mean, because he 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 takes bullets, man, and he heals up, and time passes.
Oh, bro. Well, Garth Ennis,
You
like,
know,
I mean, he came into the comic book industry and he was kind of looking to turn shit around upside
Well, yeah,
down. You know?
yeah, but he
I
does it,
mean,
but he's
but
actually
he
kind of
does it very
he's
well.
fair. He's fair with Punisher. I don't, I can't speak too much about Preacher or Hellblazer or anything else that he touched.
Oh
I
God,
do,
dude, I love the Preacher
I
series. I
do
mean,
know,
I know a lot of people don't like it, but I thought the Preacher
I mean,
series was
I
hilarious.
can't. I can't have an opinion about it because I never really was into DC beyond Batman and Green Lantern primarily.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, that
but
was.
but at least he's not a total d bag like a certain other Brit UK
Yes, yes, yes.
guy. I'm not gonna call him out, but
I
certain
am.
certain things he does with characters is just like
Hmm.
why did this have to happen?
Yeah.
What is he even trying to do here? And
What's the whole point, right? I mean,
yeah, and I mean, so regardless, I like it when people stay true. It's like I admire the hell out of Graham Nolan for trying to stay true to
oh,
Batman.
Graham is amazing, bro.
He
I'm
he
so
he
happy
he
he's
and Chuck Dixon
launching.
both are just like so cool.
Dude, did you read the original Joe Frankenstein series that he just relaunched?
Nah.
Oh, great story, man. Really
Oh,
good
I will.
artwork. I bought it when Graham first came in. He was doing a Canoe, so I backed him on that. And then I had a thing pop up. Of course, your phone is always monitoring you. It was like, hey, you may like this on Amazon. And I fucking found the original 4 issues of Joe Frankenstein, like in really nice Mylars, really nice condition for a good price. I was like, oh, give me those. And I read them when they got here, dude, and I freaking love that story. And I was up Graham's ass for like 6 months in the fucking chat, like, what are you gonna put on Joe Frankenstein? What are you gonna put? He was fucking getting sick of me. I guarantee it, dude.
Well, so the thing is, yeah, I really wanted to back that one, but I was already so leveraged with all the other
Oh, I know, dude.
the
It's
other
so
the
hard
other
right now.
campaigns that I'm currently backing. It's just, and that's the thing, right? I'm here to try to produce my own book, and I can't if I'm spending all my money on other
Well,
people's.
yeah, and
It's
and not a lot of people know this, Justin. I mean, well, I guess a lot of people do now. But I mean, I'm working on a project too. Behind the scenes, I have been for over a year.
okay.
Um, yeah, I got a comic book dream just like everybody else does. And that's what we're here for, right? To support each other and shit. So that's all I'm about, man. I don't want to be fighting with people and having this stupidity going around anymore. I'm tired of all
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm not really sure. Like, de- I don't know who's fighting who. I know that there's some of the, and maybe it's hard to kind of pick apart what drama is real and what drama is just
Well,
is
that's
just
the
for
other
the
thing too.
just for
Yeah,
the
what's
laughs.
real and what's just
What's for
for
fun, right? Some of
yeah,
them.
and
I mean, I don't.
what's just clickbait. You don't even know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
no, I'm sorry.
I don't know why people want to get on camera and get on, in front of a microphone and just do things that they. I guess there's some people out there that really do that stuff in real life.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know. If for some of the people that I deal with in the internet, if you comport yourself in regular life like you do when you're in chat, I don't
Yeah.
know how the hell you make it through a day without getting punched in the face by somebody. But whatever. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own thing.
yeah,
How
and
is my?
that's the other thing is like senses of humor too. You never know who's gonna think something's funny. It's kind of like the other day I heard someone razzing on B
I don't know
Rose,
what you sing, Carrie.
and I wasn't sure what
Yeah, well, I haven't been over on B Rose's channel lately, man. I miss those guys.
is that the Bog Golem from Pariah?
No, that's my character, Bog. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
actually
okay.
Bog, yeah.
I'm doing air fresheners. Air
Oh,
freshener
nice.
design.
I dig that, man. That's so awesome.
Uh,
It's
here's my
gonna smell
stick
like a
figure
fresh
tweaking.
pine tree.
Nice.
I'm doing I'm doing scratch art pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Here's another. That was the first one I designed for the air freshener. Been doing some Dirty Joe characters. So, and then there's another one in here, Carrie. It's coming along okay. I like the rainbow colors, but I've also been trying to
Oh
do
yeah.
some traditional pieces, as well. So develop things.
Yeah.
But now my writing's really been coming along. The concepts that I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for me like all of everything else is going on. It's kind of like I need to, I really need to knuckle down and do that. But for now, I'm also looking to make a start bringing back my own art, I guess. So I have some skill from back in the day.
Yeah,
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
check
I
this
just
out.
gotta bring it back. So
There you go, bro.
there's
Nothing wrong with
this.
that, man.
Um,
You know what makes
there's
three things that make a great artist:
what's that?
practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
That's what I say.
There's another one.
And a little bit of drive and
Oh wow.
ambition don't hurt.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Um, and
You
then
got to want to do it. Have a passion for it.
you were talking about
Hmm.
scratch art. This is one that
Yeah.
I did. I did pencils for this.
Uh huh.
This was in art class in high school,
There you go.
and then what I did was I went over it with a pencil to do the scratch underneath, and then I
Uh
scratched it off.
huh.
I lost that piece is gone to history, but this I'm
Oh,
really proud of.
all right.
Look at this,
Yeah.
Rex. My
It
cat is
it
over here
must have meant
molesting my toys.
it must have been meant something to you because you still have these.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know.
But the irony of it is if you see there's an explosion here and there's these buildings and this is
Uh
a guy looking into his dog tags, right?
huh. Uh
So
huh.
he's like a special forces guy, and
Uh
those buildings, right? It's like a starry night in those buildings or whatever, but it's a like they're buildings in a city blowing up. Kind of seems reminiscent of something that would have happened
It does, doesn't it?
a few years after
I
that.
want to do I want to do a painting, Justin, and it says the permanent state of America, and all it is an American flag at half mast because it seems like the American flag does not, fly at full mast anymore. And there's always something where it's half mast at on the banks and everything. Like every other day, it's halfway down the pole. I'm like,
I
yeah,
think
America's really
well
lost out
well
on it.
Guys are killing.
what gets me, man, is like I don't know. I think states like I want to see more of the Tennessee flag than I see the American flag. To be honest, at
Yeah,
this point,
yeah,
it's like I'm sure you're in what Arkansas.
yeah. Uh,
I'm
don't
sure
hate me for that. Don't hate
why
me for
would
that.
I? Why would I? Arkansas is great.
Cause he's an Arkansasian.
Yeah.
I mean that's well. What about you, Shadow? Can you
I'm a
say?
Well, we
Hoosier,
gave
bro.
we
Oh,
gave the
you're a
world
Hoosier.
Bill Clinton.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've
Who's your
got
mama? Who's your daddy? I don't have no fucking idea.
I've got Hoosier blood. So
I
my
don't
Oh, do
either.
you?
my dad was
No.
born in Rushville, Indiana. So
Oh,
Rushville.
okay.
and my
Well, that's
yeah,
down south, I think.
my relatives, yeah, I've got several generations that
Oh yeah, dude.
immigrated,
I'm right up here by
going
the
back.
border of Illinois and Indiana, so I'm like 30
Yeah,
miles south of Chicago. So
yeah,
I grew up in Gary, dude. My grandma's house was
okay.
in Glen Park
My
before before shit went crazy in the 80s.
my great grandmother, before she sold her house and moved to a little town called Fairview, Tennessee, um, she had a house up there in Newcastle. Um,
Oh shit, yeah.
yeah, So yeah, I got family up there.
Nice, bro.
I got cousins and all kinds of people still living up there.
Now
Yeah,
you're
man.
kind of in the
The
middle of
Runyons.
Tennessee,
We
right?
Hoosiers tend to get around, dude, because we don't want to stay here because Indiana sucks.
Yeah.
So I lived in Texas for years. I lived in Illinois for a few years. I've been all over the place.
So if you go down I-40, leaving out of
Yeah.
Nashville, and you're
Yeah.
going towards Memphis, right?
Mhm.
You're going all that way.
Yeah.
About, I guess you could say, about a quarter, if not just a little shy of that, is where I live outside of Nashville.
Okay.
So,
Oh,
I've
dude,
got a good
I've
friend.
driven through there many a time, dude.
yeah.
I
My
used to
good
drive
friend.
back and forth between Indiana and Houston like 4 or 5 times a year because my wife's mom and stepdad and little sister lived out in Houston.
Yeah.
My
and-
good friend lives in Jackson.
Okay.
Tennessee.
Yeah, that's.
Mhm.
I mean, that's a few hours west of here, but yeah, Jackson's a good halfway point
Yeah,
between.
yeah.
Dude, I've
between,
been looking
between
at
Nashville and
Tennessee
Memphis.
for a new spot to live, and it looks really nice down there.
Well, you have a lot of people moving to Tennessee, don't you? They say.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big time. And
well,
when
the problem with that is hopefully they don't fucking turn everything.
Change it. Yeah.
well, so that's the thing. They're going to be hard pressed to do that because we are a deep red state, and
Yeah.
there's
I hope
one
so.
there's one blue dot, and it's Nashville. But even then, there's a lot of people that are kind of like standing up, hopefully, to
Bro,
some of the stuff
everybody
that's
used
going on there.
I mean, for 30 years, I've been hearing that about Texas since I used to live there. And now Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, fucking Houston are gone. They are unrecoverable.
Yeah, Justin, I've got a great example for you. Ronald Reagan was in the 60s, a 2-time governor there. California was considered a deep red state, and now look at it.
Mhm.
So you can't take anything for granted. You have to be vigilant. You have to keep guards on the walls, or they'll walk right in and change your flag on your pole, to blue.
Well, you're not paying attention. They sneak up on you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Backstabbing bitch.
You think you're in peace times, but you're not. There's actually a Cold War going on behind the scenes.
So mark it down on your calendar, Justin, before you forget. 8:30 tomorrow on this channel.
Mark it down on my calendar.
Otherwise, I'll be doing this and wondering where you're at. So Justin will come in, stagger in from a busy, tired day, and
Now
he'll
I'm
go,
gonna.
"Oh look,
Yeah.
Rex is closing out my campaign without me."
Now, just be forewarned. I may be in relaxing wear. I may have like a teddy bear or something. I might come up in this stream looking kind of funny.
No,
just
they're so
because.
cute.
Okay.
One,
all right.
I may get crazy. I might have
Yeah.
some strange hat on my head. You never know.
You got a pair of pink bunny pajamas, like what was that? The Christmas Story.
Unlike
Reagan
me,
used to wear.
unlike me,
Oh,
I would
gosh.
never wear a strange hat. I would never.
No, not right.
Not me.
Well, you guys will just have to see the strange hat that I'll be wearing tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably going to look like a mascot. Huh?
Nah,
No.
maybe.
Now,
When-
I have to ask you, Justin? Have you went on
Justin was
Red
looking down
Valkyrie?
that whole time.
Has she played one of your characters before, Red Valkyrie?
So no, she hasn't.
Oh, I don't think I got. When did that one come out, Justin? I don't think I got that.
That was early 90s.
African
That was
side?
Jim Lee artwork,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, Carl Potts and Jim Lee.
Oh,
Yeah,
how the
yeah,
hell did
yeah.
I miss that one?
Well, it's
About
okay.
1991, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh, you know what? It was probably when I was
No,
when I
88,
left.
88, 89.
88. See, that's my answer
okay.
for everything. 1991. Yeah. I
Well,
wasn't that
it was-
far off.
If it was 91, 92, I would say that was during the Image
Yeah.
tumult, because I pretty much like dropped all my Marvel and DC stuff when I started collecting Image and other indies.
So here's a blast from the past.
Star Wars.
Look at
Yeah.
that, dude. Look at the sheen on that thing still.
Yeah.
Well,
and,
it's
Oh, it's in a bag.
a
Okay.
and Dark
No,
Horse
it's a
Comics.
collected. Yeah, no, it's a collected. It's
It's a
collects
trade
issues one.
paperback.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's a trade. Okay.
but it's
Sorry, I
it's
thought
got
that was the
Howard.
actual issue, dude. I was like, holy
Yeah.
crap.
Howard Chaykin, Roy Thomas. Yeah.
I should have realized by the thickness.
How
Oh,
is it? Others
I'm
can
not a
fool you,
girl.
but I can't fool you with that stuff. You know what the hell?
But yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to throw those few things. But yeah, definitely like tomorrow. But yeah. Okay, you were asking. You asked about Red Valkyrie. So yeah, how like really like how is she gonna she? I don't have any. I mean, there is one character I guess she could play if she wanted to, but she doesn't really know her that well. Not many people do yet.
Believe me, Shay can come up with all kinds of stuff. That mascot that has the round head, she'll make one of those out of paper mache or something.
Oh
She
wow,
makes them.
like a Wally the Wolf.
She
Oh,
did.
yeah,
Ryan's
dude.
character had
Shay's nuts, man.
Shay had a bald cap and did that character from Ryan's Octagon, and she had webbed hands and everything. Was all
Dude,
blue.
that's
Yeah.
the best one
Dang.
I've seen her do yet. That was
That's
There you go.
absolutely
crazy.
gorgeous.
Batman the Dailies, 1943 to 44. Great Joker cover. I
Oh,
think
look at
that's Dick Sprang artwork.
Oh, that's cool.
Look
Oh,
at this
that Joker
look
is
at this
amazing,
multi-panel
bro.
shot.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Oh,
cool when they break that up. Yeah.
All right. So
Kitchen
here's
Sink
the.
Press came out with that.
Let's see.
I don't have much kitchen sink stuff, but that's Kitchen Sink Press.
yeah, Kitchen Sink actually
Okay,
put
I
out
need-
good stuff. I think, so.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like I got to get an email in to them, but I'm scheduled for the April 22nd.
Oh, cool.
With Red Valkyrie.
Cool.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad I revisited that because
I sent her the file, and I never really
Yeah.
pursued it beyond that. I sent her the file of the Devil Flyer story, and I never did go on with her. We never did set anything up because they do things in so far advance. But I'm usually on there every Friday when they have a kind of a hangout stream. And
Was
but
it
for
RV
Devil
Replay?
Flyer number
or
one,
whatever?
if they're willing to have me on, I'll definitely do that. I'd love to see her play one of the characters within, that's got to be gratifying to see a cosplayer, play one.
Dude, I wish I could have seen Ryan's face when the first
Yeah.
time he saw Shay's cosplay of his
Go over to
character.
Shay's, you can watch that video. It's still up.
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch because I
I
guarantee
haven't seen that one
he
either.
was
I would
blown
love
away,
to see
dude.
that. Yeah. And he got
If that,
funded.
if that was
so-
my character, I'd have been just like, I'd have sent her roses and champagne and fucking a diamond ring.
Dude,
Oh my
you
gosh.
can't count any channel out. Like, I didn't know about Comics Creator except for the last couple of weeks when Doc went on there, and then I was on there last week. And
Oh yeah,
he said,
Creators Outlet.
he said to Anthony, "Oh man, I really hate going on these small channels," and yet he said, "I got 2 backers out of it." So,
I mean,
Shay's considered small, but I've met Clint from Sweet Cast
Bro, I
Comics
met
over there.
I
I've
met
met
a ton of people off Shay's
Irene, Irene over there several
Yeah.
times.
Jason,
So,
Luke.
You make connections, right? I mean,
Holy
Jason.
shit!
I mean,
was-
I've
don't-
met so
I
many
mean,
people.
I
over
won't tell anybody. Like I won't turn anybody down. But at the same time, like I'm trying to get with different people, and for whatever reason, I
Right.
don't
Oh,
get
sure. I mean, you got
responses or,
there.
Hard
People you
up.
might want to work
Come over
with
to the
and what
4
have
o'clock
you.
shadow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come
This
come
is
on by.
This is
Apparent-
episode 429, by the way. 400.
Apparently, we're still in the slums, Justin, but we're working our way towards middle class.
That was probably a troll that said that. Oh, you guys are in the slums, and then they're like, "Oh, that's brilliant," and we've adopted that.
Well, I think
slumness.
now that
You know,
you're
whatever.
actually on camera, it's way better because that was my thing. I always wondered. I subscribed to you early, right? But I never actually came into your chats or whatever because I'm like, oh man, no one's showing
Yeah.
their faces. Like, what is
Oh,
this?
sorry, bro. Nobody wants to see this face.
It's all good,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Well, but that's just it. They're gonna have to when
Shut
you
up,
actually
Rex.
get to
What
that.
the fuck?
When you get to that point,
You're supposed to be my friend. Jesus.
I didn't know what I was saying. Forgive me. I didn't know what I was
when you
agreeing
when you
to.
get when you get to the when you get to the point where you're having to show your book, they're gonna want to see your face. So you're
I
just
know,
gonna have
bro. I'm
to
gonna have
That
to
was
figure
one
something
thing
out.
that
pucker up,
Because
Buttercup.
that's one thing that I did from the very beginning
you
was
know what?
show my
I'm gonna do the whole fucking Phantom of the Opera thing. Like everybody's been asking for this shit. Here you go. And then you see the monster that
on
Shadowhawk.
this side is the good, the bad in the middle, and the ugly. So I'm all three. The good, the bad, the ugly. What you see is what you get.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just
A
there's
likely
there's the
story.
good, the bald, and the ugly for me.
I know you almost scared me with that one. But it's great that you show your face because it's like, oh, I don't want to dox myself. Well, okay, I can understand that.
No, I
I got
don't
news
care
for
about
you.
that,
I
dude.
got
I
man.
just don't want. I got a bad grill. I don't want people to see
I
it.
got a bad grill.
I do. I got a fucking bad grill, dude. I don't want people to
It's
see my
called your
shit on
face.
fucking.
It's called your face.
It's called my fucking teeth.
Yeah, I know, but never, never, never let them see you sweat.
Ah, dude. People will fucking piss on you
Yeah,
because you got
I
shit teeth.
mean,
They'll treat you like a piece of shit. They don't know nothing about you. All you gotta do is smile at them, and they see a couple of bad teeth, and they go, "Oh,
right.
eh."
yeah,
Yeah,
but I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
you
man.
Just don't smile.
I've been raising kids since I was 14 years old. I didn't have money to take care of myself. Everything
Right.
I've made has gone to fucking take care of my kids, my wife, and fucking my life just to survive. So, hey, you
I
wanna
mean,
fucking look down on me and think I'm some kind of trailer park trash or whatever? I'm a fucking highly skilled goddamn individual that works
That
on
will
modern
take you
machines.
down to the ground.
I mean,
I
you
just,
could you could
oh,
you, you
I
could
just
you could
hate
play it off and say,
people.
yeah, I've been a goalie all my life. What
I
next?
just hate
You
A
know?
people's
goalie.
stupid
Yeah, I
prejudices,
was
dude.
in I was
It's
in
just,
hockey.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I
you could
That's
would
do
have,
that.
genius.
You just turn it around on them and be like, yeah, I've been a goalie all my life. What's your excuse?
Yeah.
I got face checked this one game. What? What now? You know,
Yeah. Why
what
not?
oh,
now?
Carrie, that's a great idea. I could use filters like Sheila. All right.
Hey, there you go.
Mhm.
You
All
know,
Where
right.
there's a
Thank you,
will,
Carrie.
there's a way.
I hadn't even considered that.
or you
That's
could do
awesome.
you could do the child filter like
Dude, I'm gonna
like
give
Andy
myself.
Smith or Shane
Yeah.
Davis. You know.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm gonna give
Oh, there
myself
was
like
that one alternate
the
guy where he
Crimson
blew his head
Chin
up real
from
big. I was like, what the?
the Fairly Odd Parents. You remember that like crazy superhero character they had, the
Yeah,
Crimson Chin?
the Crimson
Uh,
Chin and the Boy Chin
Yeah,
Wonder.
he had like the giant superhero chin with the
Oh,
Yeah.
cleft in it.
I
That's,
have that
that's gonna be
that
my filter, bro.
that cartoon. It was a
Yeah,
cartoon, wasn't it? The
it
Crimson
was
Chin.
Fairly
I
Odd
have
Parents.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Odd
had
Parents.
they had
Yeah.
Adam West on there too as Catman.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, dude, I used to watch that with my little girl. I used to laugh my ass off. She's
Oh,
looking at
it's
me like, "What
great.
the
Yeah.
hell?"
I'll
I'm
have to
like,
look
"You don't
that up, and
understand."
when you come by, we'll have to watch. We'll have to watch it because I have some of that.
I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
Dan.
Crimson
My
Chin.
kids were looking at me like I was crazy. I'm like, "Holy shit, that's Adam West." Yeah.
It's like the Tick, right? It's kind of off
Oh,
wacky like
dude.
the Tick.
Oh, I love the Tick. That was such a good show, too.
The guy that did the live action, he's a great voice actor. You know,
Oh, yeah, that's
Which
Putty.
one?
the
Uh,
guy that played the live Tick thing
Yeah,
he,
there's
show.
there's there's been two different. I think there's
Has
been two
there? Oh,
different
okay.
live.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, the original guy, he was
The
Putty
original,
on
the original guy. Yeah.
Seinfeld. He was
Yeah, yeah,
Elaine's
yeah,
boyfriend.
yeah. He plays Flynn in the Skylander series. Like
He was a
he
great
he
Tick.
plays Kronk or
Hmm.
Gronk or whatever on the Emperor's New Clothes or New Groove. Sorry, Emperor's
Yeah.
New
Yeah.
Groove.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot
the
about
same.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the same guy.
But
So
yeah, he does a lot of voice acting and stuff. But
oh, and he
I
was
just love that dude. He's so funny.
yeah, he was Lemony Snicket's in the on the Netflix
Ah,
show. He played Lemony
Really?
Snicket.
All
Yeah,
right,
he's the
now I might
narrator.
have to actually watch that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah, it's
I
worth it.
didn't
That was a
because
Jim
I didn't
Carrey
care
show,
for the
wasn't it?
Jim Carrey version of it that much.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. Didn't hit me right or whatever.
Yeah, that seems like off the chain type stuff, you know. I mean,
Off the
anything with Jim
chain.
Carrey. Yeah, it
Well,
seems
no, no,
like
no, no,
Well, I
no.
mean, it
But the
was
TV
even like
show, no,
the
the
TV
Netflix
show.
TV show. Yeah, the
Right.
Netflix TV show has. So that one has instead of Jim Carrey, they got Neil Patrick Harris to play
Hmm.
Count Olaf,
They
and
didn't
he
want
does
to
oh,
pay all
cool.
that
he
money.
plays him.
Fun.
Well, I mean, he plays him up. He actually does a pretty good job being
Yeah.
that evil guy. So I mean,
Hey, I
Yeah.
thoroughly believe that whether it's a TV show, a play, a
yeah,
movie, it's 90% of it, like Sam Peckinpah said, 90% of it is casting. If you get the right characters for the right roles, you've
Well,
done
dude, I
90,
mean,
90% of it's in casting.
I would say in the last, I don't know, 15 years or so, if you can get NPH in your movie, you're gonna do all right. He's a
What
good
is
actor.
that?
He
I don't even know what that
Neil
is.
Patrick Harris,
Neil Patrick Harris.
Doogie
No.
Howser. You get him in your
He's
movie.
a huge
Oh,
fling
fuck.
Yeah,
and
but I got
whatever. I
He's looking
it's
old,
all
brother.
it's all
He's
good. He's a
in
great actor. He's
he's in the
fun to watch.
New Doctor Who playing a villain. He's looking
Really?
old. Yeah, he'll
Oh,
be
no
in the new
So
shit.
season this year. Ask
so
Oh,
Doctor Doogie. Ask
yeah,
Doctor
Doogie.
Doogie. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
well,
What? Yeah, I
he
remember being little. It was Doogie Howser.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
Doogie
couldn't
Howser.
he
Yeah,
couldn't and he can't carry Matrix Resurrections either. I mean, oh gosh, that
I'm
I,
not that impressed.
that movie. I'm telling you, man, that movie I believe was a troll. I
But now
really
that
do.
Peter
Which
Williamson,
one?
is that?
Matrix Resurrection or whatever.
Oh, dude, I didn't even see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a troll, man. It's one of those situations where you have a studio that comes to a creative team and says, "Hey, you know, never mind that the creative team has already like they've told their story, they finished the narrative, and they're like, here it is, we're done, right?" So
Right.
years later, they're like, the studio comes to them and is like, "Hey, we want to reboot this title," and it's like, "No, we're not rebooting that title." And it's like, well, if you don't, we will. And so one of them's like, okay, hold my beer, I got this, right? So of the creative team, one of them's like, okay, I got this. And so they play ball with them, and I'm telling you, man, that movie from start to finish is just like that. It's a troll. The
There
director,
we go.
the because you only get one of the Wachowskis instead of both, right? You can only get one of them,
Well, didn't they
and
both have
yeah, they
surgeries
both. Yeah,
recently?
well, they both are trans, right?
Yeah.
But
Well, I don't know what to say anymore, bro.
yeah, no, it's fine. But anyway, they both like for what it's worth. But it's just one of those things where, and so if you watch the movie and you pay attention to how it goes, they're
Uh-huh.
making fun of the making of the movie as like in the movie, and it's
As
just, I mean, I'm telling you, it is and the special effects and everything. Oh man, like it
like,
they
are they like purposely like
you can they
bad?
had to have been they had to have been it had to have been purpose, and I'm telling you, where
Oh,
I
that's
got the
kind of.
idea was
I'm gonna
just
have to
some
watch
guy,
that now, dude.
the
All
the
right.
the YouTuber, just some guy did a video around the time that it came out, and where he kind of lays out this idea about it being a troll. And after I watched it, I'm like, you know what? I think he has a point, because I mean, because
Oh,
there's so many different, and do they pay some fan service? Maybe just a little bit, but it's kind of like to say, hey, you guys, we know you're fans. Just come on, be in this with us. Be in on the
dude,
joke,
what?
because it
Just some
is.
guy. Uh,
Yeah.
he used to have the black Spider-Man icon, right?
Yeah, well, kind of. It was like his own. It's his own character,
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
version.
But I remember him, dude. And they
Yeah.
tried to cancel his ass. You remember
Well,
that?
yeah.
Fucking, oh my god,
But
dude.
I also know that there was a little bit of beef in, especially in our circles, because of him,
Oh, really? I
with
didn't know he
the
was.
whole "Don't Say Gay" bill stuff that
Oh,
happened.
was he like
He was on
a
the other. He
proponent
was.
of all that?
I mean, I don't know how to say it, but he was definitely not with those that were against it.
See, and again, never mind. I'm not gonna get
I
myself.
mean, it's. I
And
mean, it's.
again, yeah, no need to go there.
Yeah,
No, I'm not
but
gonna say
anyway,
anything.
regardless, I don't. I just know that one video that he did way back before all of that stuff,
Uh,
was definitely. I think it was on the money.
It's gotten
About
dark over there where you're at, it looks like. Don't you have a window behind you?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
hmm?
It's almost
Starting
dark.
to get
Well,
start
he's on
dark
our
here
time,
too.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
It's
central.
getting dark
Yeah.
over here too. You can. Oh, well, it's kind of twilighty. You can see
Mm-hmm.
my window.
Yeah.
Twilighty. That sounds like a word that Stephanie Meyer would have used to describe her book. Twilighty.
Twilighty.
All right, Dustin. Thanks, brother. Ow.
Well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. I'm going to go to the store here in a little bit. I'll talk to you behind the scenes a little bit if you guys want to hang around.
No
But
store for you. All right, hello,
yeah,
LCG. Thank you all for being here today. I really needed this. Thank you.
Yeah.
check us out tomorrow. We're going to have a double closeout. It's never
Double
been
dip.
done in CG history.
Oh
Chrome
my
Dog,
God.
just in case, sweet. Any relation to Sweetcast Comics? Nothing?
No,
No?
Clint Stoker. No,
He's a stoker. He's a
He's a
stoker.
stoker.
He's a stoker.
Just in case, Stoker
Yeah.
coming at you.
So 8:30. Of course,
Sorry,
we'll
bro.
have the 4 o'clock shadow also talking about toxicity within CG. Ooh.
Oh my
How
stars and
dare
daughters.
you. Kate, our prayers are with you, hun. She's gonna have some, stuff done tomorrow. So
No.
keep her in
Love
your
you,
prayers.
Kate.
I'll let you know behind the scenes. But thanks for everybody for showing up. God bless. We shall
I'm
see
sorry
you
if I
tomorrow.
gave you an inappropriate shush, Kate.
Oof, inappropriate shush. Oh, that's even worse. That's worse.
She's always shushing me.
Well, sure, but you deserve it.
Yeah, probably.
Shush you with the shusher.